we're pointing that out. I think that it doesn't seem to, but we did do a bunch of tests, and there is variety. It just so happens the ones we did in the episode didn't have a lot of variety to where the puck moved.
I did tests before with an entirely different puck, and it was more or less going across the board. It could land on any side; it didn't really matter. And then for some reason, the day we went to shoot, that one kept getting stuck every time we dropped it. Not like between the pegs, just like the friction would stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Are you streaming?
We are streaming. It takes a while to catch up. I just see people saying hi to you now.
Okay, I was gonna say it's not showing up on this Twitch app.
For some reason, with the new Twitch did an update recently, and with that new update, it just takes a while for people to see it.
Do we have Oh My Gods going on? Do we need to worry about volume? Or
We don't have Oh My Gods going on.
all right,
Rich is streaming from Windows 10 tonight because of very complicated reasons.
because of Quantum Break.
Because of Quantum Break. And so we don't have any of the Oh My Gods or What the Fucks. But we have Jay. Also rated M for...
Also rated M for mature.
Oh, wait, Jay, are you seeing an advertisement?
Yes.
On our Twitch channel?
Yeah.
Something...
Jack just clapped right onto his mic that's directly in front of his face that there's no way he couldn't know was not there.
I just smacked my mic. I'm really sorry. Here's some very exciting news that Twitch just announced. For all of our subscribers, you actually get a real reward. So right now, if you subscribe to us on Twitch, you get the use of all of our emotes, and it supports us. And that's it.
Oh, they don't get ads?
But now they don't get ads.
Oh, that's nice.
So a new perk, if you are a subscriber to any channel, when you watch that channel, you will no longer see ads. And I think that's really exciting.
That's nice.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I had to talk about.
We're done.
We're gonna. Thanks for
Good
coming
night.
out tonight. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks to all the old subscribers. And thanks to everyone who just came out. Oh, wait, Rich, do you have Twitch?
I don't think I have
Chrome?
Just double check.
Double check on your Chrome.
What?
Just X out of it just in case.
Yeah,
Some people are saying they're hearing double.
that could be through the TV,
Oh, okay.
which I just turned down.
Great. Everything's great.
Good.
Great. When will we talk about Juicy Shaq meat? We can talk about Juicy Shaq meat all night long.
Here, let me just say it. I want that juicy Shaq meat. Everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, he said the thing!
I was running some errands the day after we shot that episode. And I was out in public. I was at like Home Depot and Target and various places. And just throughout the day, that would pop into my brain. And I was all by myself and I would just start laughing out loud in the middle of the store. I probably looked like a crazy person.
I think that's great.
Every time it popped into my brain, I could not stop laughing.
Turn down the game volume more? All right.
Yes, if you could.
I'll do that after the cutscene. I'll skip cutscenes.
Turtle the Wise
I don't roll that way.
wants to say, great episode of Best of the Worst. Please feel free to play Plinketto constantly. It was great. Have you gentlemen happened to see any good bad films lately? Hopefully without gratuitous raping. Anything?
I think the only one that
stands
watches
out?
like bad movies outside of Best of the Worst regularly is probably me, right?
Yeah, probably.
But I haven't watched any lately.
Oh. Okay. I had a night alone, and so I rewatched in preparation for Civil War. I rewatched Ultron and Ant-Man.
Oh, okay. The only one I really want to rewatch is Winter Soldier, which I haven't seen since the theater, and I like that one.
Why does Hyperlight Drifter like being so comically loud? It's just naturally that way.
Oh my God! Look how loud that is.
Look at how far I have that turned down.
Well, yeah, you have to turn it down in game, I guess.
The cutscenes don't turn down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This scene, I don't know. I haven't gotten any other cutscene besides that one.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't turn down. It's really weird.
Winter Soldier's such a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Really
it's
good
a good,
movie.
just a good movie, not a good Marvel movie, not just a good comic book movie, whatever. You haven't seen it, right, Rich?
No.
You should see it.
I know I should.
So many people get shot in that movie.
I will watch it before Civil War.
Yeah, you should. But it also has so many good comic booky things in it.
I mean, I'm so biased against DC.
Right. I know you're such
That
a Marvel.
I don't go see all of the Marvel movies. That's how biased I am.
You're such a Marvel fanboy that you don't even see their major releases. Jay,
I have not seen The Witch. I missed The Witch in theaters. I'm so sorry if I've let anybody down. But it comes on VOD in like a week or two, so I'll watch it then.
There you go.
I regret missing the theater, though, because I bet with a good sound system.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a pretty good sound setup at home, so hopefully it still has the same atmosphere.
And Anonymous wants to know, did you end up seeing Entity? Entity. Did you see
Entity. The Entity. That was the one I was talking about where Barbara Hershey, I think it's Barbara Hershey, gets raped by a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
I have not rewatched it. I saw it like 15 years ago, and I haven't seen it since.
Okay.
I think it's on Blu-ray now.
It's called The Witch, but it's spelled VV-itch.
That's the way it's spelled on the poster, yeah. I don't know what that means. I don't know the significance of that. I haven't looked into it much.
VV-itch.
The VH.
Fud UV Rich wants to know if this is a no-death run.
Probably won't be.
Okay.
I won't try to die.
The goal of any run is to be a no-death run, I would imagine, right? You want to die as little as possible.
In general, you are correct. And no, Ant-Man was not in Avengers 2. He's going
to be in the new one, though,
He's
right?
going to... Well, but it's not an Avengers movie. It's a Captain America movie.
There's a game called Squishy the Pig, Jay, where the goal is to get yourself killed.
Oh, okay. Squishy. I like the name.
A suicidal pig. I think his family died. He's an orphan. And he wants to die.
Okay.
And you have to get Squishy killed. So he can be with his family in heaven.
Is it like hard to get him killed? Is that the challenge
yeah.
of the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I thought you were going to relate Squishy the Pig to the Marvel Cinematic Universe somehow, and I was really excited. Like, did I miss a Squishy the Pig? What's Squishy the Pig? But I kind of
There was Spider Ham.
There's
That's
Spider
true.
Ham.
I remember Spider Ham.
Peter Porker.
Peter Porker.
Mm-hmm. He's an important part of the Marvel
Why hasn't he
Cinematic
showed up
Universe.
yet?
I love that they just put the musical sting in here. We can't hear it, but you look at the city and
Beautiful.
it's got beautiful music.
Look at how beautiful this game is.
I like the colors.
It's like that kind of pixel art where it probably took more time to make the pixel art than it would have if they were modern day graphics. And it coughs up blood. Whatever it is.
Your character?
Yeah.
Why does he cough up blood?
We don't know.
He's sick, apparently.
He's hyper light sick.
They don't give you any dialogue in this.
Okay.
You have to interpret it from pictures.
Ah.
Oh, that's right. It's this time it's lupus. We played a game called Who's Your Daddy? And
I think you told me about this
one person is a baby and one person is a dad, and the baby has to try to kill himself.
That's right.
And the dad
I think I
has to
saw you
protect
playing
the
a bit of
baby.
that.
That's a crazy game. I kind of loved it.
It's a game called Parenthood.
You play it every day because kids are dumb.
They're always unintentionally about to get themselves killed.
Right? No sense of self-preservation. You got to beat that into them. MC Lucas says, "Hey, Rich, Jack, and Jay, thanks for the great best of the worst, and thanks for the stream. LOL, fuck my juicy Shaq meat." Thank you.
You're welcome.
MC Lucas. Humberto Cabbage Patch.
I saw some people were tweeting that image, the Rich next to Shaq, like
Yeah.
tweeting it to Shaq.
Yes.
I can only imagine what he was thinking if he was scrolling through his Twitter feed.
Please, Shaq, get a hold of us. We want to talk to you about, your thoughts on cannibalism. I saw some interesting comments disagreeing with Shaq as the ideal meal, because they said any athlete would have used their muscles a lot, and that would make the meat really stringy. So he'd have to cook it longer, but I still think there'd be a good fat meat ratio.
I think so. A lot of football players still or have like beer bellies and stuff.
Yeah.
They'd be good.
But they say that the meat wouldn't be the best because, like, the best meat, like the tenderloin on the cow, they don't use their back very much. It's just a big piece of muscle that they don't use very often.
Sure. Okay.
Like, this is how they tell stories, Jay, in this game.
Just images?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're neat images.
Just beautiful. And we didn't think of Kobe beef.
Oh, that would have been a great joke. That's a missed opportunity.
That was a missed opportunity because we're not really sports guys. Did you guys watch basketball at all? The basketballs?
I watch football.
You can't
games.
grow up anywhere near Chicago and not have watched basketball in the 90s.
Oh, I suppose you're right.
That's just physically impossible.
That's true, yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Everyone loved the Bulls.
Specifically Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Oh, sure. But I mean, people even not from Chicago love the Bulls. We love the Bulls in Milwaukee. Because all we had was the Bucks. That's all we still have.
Does anybody care about the Bucks?
No. Not even the Bucks care about the Bucks.
Yeah.
Humberto Cabbage Patch. Jay, thank you for recommending May.
Oh, May's great.
Angela Bettis was so creepy. I loved it. Do you have any other lesser-known character movies that you would recommend?
Well, if you liked May, the director of May, Lucky McKee, did a movie called The Woman a few years ago. That's really great.
Woman.
It's funny because
That's the whole movie.
it's about this family. They live like on a farm, and the father is very he's very abusive towards all the females in the family. His wife and his daughter, and his wife is Angela Bettis, who's in May. And he finds a feral woman that lives in the woods, and he traps her and chains her up in his barn.
Okay.
And that actor that plays that dad is also the guy that keeps the woman locked up in the movie Room. It's the same actor, so it was horribly distracting. I was like, it's the same character. He just keeps women locked up in barns.
Those are the only roles he'll take.
He's good in them. He's great in both of those movies.
Well, that's great.
So I'd recommend that. Another one that just came out that's on VOD right now called Darlene, which the daughter from... Which movie was I just talking about? The Woman. The daughter from The Woman is in that. And she is hired to watch after this large, expensive estate. And she's a little unhinged. And it's in black and white. Ooh. It's very minimalist. It's very artsy. The kind of shit I love that will probably drive some people crazy, but... artsy, atmospheric, minimalist horror.
Fuck.
It's great. It's called Darlene. It's very good. It's very creepy.
Oh, great. Great. Turtle the Wise wants to know, checking out Keanu or Thur? Sorry. Checking out Keanu on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
I get it now. Rewatched John Wick to prepare for this hilariousness. I'm a big Key and Peele, so I know like it. But what do you guys think? Can't wait for Green Room 2.
Oh, Green Room is my most anticipated movie of the year.
It looks a lot of fun.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I don't know much about Keanu. I know it's a Key and Peele movie. That's all I know.
What else do you need to know?
I haven't seen that much of their stuff. They're funny. I've seen some of their sketches, and they're funny.
You need to see more of their sketches.
I haven't watched a lot of it, and I've seen just them as performers in other movies.
Sure.
And I like both of them. But I haven't watched a lot of their show.
Whenever I hear their name, I think of Kevin and Kel, the Good
Kenan.
Burger.
Kenan and Kel.
Kenan and Kel.
Yeah.
The Good Burger Kids. It's very confusing.
The Good
to me
Burger
till
Kids.
I get it. Oh, yeah.
Some Good Burger Kids. They did
Well,
some
that's
other
what
things.
they are. They're the Good Burger
Well, one of them
Kids.
did some other things.
Yeah.
One of them went on to be on Saturday. Has he been on Saturday Night Live? I think he's been on there longer than any other cast member now.
I believe you are
Kenan,
correct.
which is kind of crazy.
No, Kel does a lot of voice work.
Oh, he does?
He's,
I just remember he was in the Mystery Men movie.
Yep.
That's the only other thing I remember ever seeing him in.
Most notably, he voices a dog on Clifford, the big red dog for PBS.
Clifford's still a thing?
It's still, well, it's not a thing anymore because John Ritter did the voice of Clifford, the big red
sad.
dog. So, unfortunately.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. everyone, by the way, because everyone just keeps fucking dying.
Fucking hell, man. Prince.
For the record, that was filmed before.
Yeah, the Prince, 3 days before he died, we filmed that episode where Jack mentions Prince.
Oh,
And I'm just a fan of Prince, which is why I mentioned him.
Have you ever seen Purple Rain?
It's been far too long.
I watched it the other night because I'd never seen it before, and I was like, well, now's a good reason to watch it.
Yeah.
Not that good.
No!
I know some people love that movie, and as I was watching it, I was trying to figure out if they like it like for a camp value or if they genuinely like it, because I don't think it works for either.
No, I don't think anyone genuinely likes it as a movie, they just love Prince that much.
Well, he's great. I mean, the musical performances in it are great.
And that's why they love it.
No,
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Is it like an album kind of film, like The
No,
Wall?
it's a story. It's like it's really, really melodramatic, which is what I didn't like. It's weird because it starts like he's performing in a club and he's Prince and he's awesome. But then he goes home and you see his domestic life, which is he lives with his mom and dad, and his dad is very abusive towards his mom. So it cuts from him like doing his Prince thing at this club to his dad like smacking his mom around in the house, and then Prince walks in and he's dressed like Prince. So there's like this contrast there that I thought was hilarious. And he's like, "Dad, no!" And then Dad smacks him around. I was like, "This is awkward and weird, and it doesn't work." So I don't know. I mean, I liked watching it just because I like the musical performances, but as a movie. I don't know. I don't know what people like about it.
I believe that's the general consensus.
Okay.
by the way, is everyone agrees that it's like this terrible and also horribly self-indulgent movie? Because
Well, he didn't direct it.
He didn't direct it, but it's like basically supposed to be the story of Prince.
Yeah, I suppose.
But everyone loves the music from it because the music from it is great because it's Prince.
Right.
And everything he does musically is great. But I did not rewatch Purple Rain. I just listened to every single Prince album on the face of the earth over and over and over again.
I'm tempted to watch. He did a follow-up movie called Graffiti Bridge, which is the same character
Really?
from Purple Rain, and it's got like a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. It was like a notorious flop. Ooh. And I watched the trailer for it, and it looks like every early 90s music video. Like, it looks terrible, and it's supposed to be terrible. I'm actually more interested in seeing that one.
Ooh, that sounds great. Best of the worst Prince films. I think we would all just be too sad.
Yeah.
It's too soon.
It's too soon.
Too soon.
There's not enough of them. Under the Cherry Moon is the only other one, which I don't really know much about.
Boom, there's 3. That's all you need.
Well, yeah, but then we'd have to watch them.
Well,
Movies that feature Prince music?
Aside from Batman, I mean, I'm sure he has songs on soundtracks, but Batman's the big one, of course.
Then again, there probably aren't many shitty movies with Prince music.
Right.
No, Prince. But I'm excited about Keanu.
I haven't seen the
that's where it
trailer. I
started.
don't know much about it.
But I'm really it's
Does
Key
it
and
have
Peele.
something to do with John Wick? Is it like a parody?
Here's the thing. Key and Peele have stated over and over again that it is not a parody of John Wick. They wrote it before John Wick, even though the movie Keanu is about them rescuing their kitten that was stolen, which is very similar to how John Wick's movie gets started.
Yeah.
But they keep saying over and over again that this is not a parody, and the rumor is, I don't know if this is confirmed, that Keanu Reeves does the voice of the kitten Keanu in Keanu. But it's fucking Key and Peele, and they're brilliant and hilarious, so that's all that matters with Keanu. Let's see here. One Small Ball wants to know when you hacks are going to do a commentary track for Krull. That movie has the best love story ever put on film.
I'd have to watch Krull first.
Okay, there you go.
It's the one with the glaive. The glaive.
The weapon.
The all-powerful weapon that's completely dismissed at the end of the movie. Useless.
Yeah. Because of love, right?
Yeah.
The power of love.
Power of love.
Yeah. Not to be confused.
That's the real weapon.
With Huey Lewis and the News' Power of Love.
Marriage is the real weapon because marriage will just destroy you.
That's what happens in Purple Rain, too.
Prince, you goddamn visionary. Goddamn. I was just putting on a Prince mix. I was driving around with my boys, and all of a sudden I hear the first couple of riffs of Sexy MF. It's like, oh, next, not that one. Can't listen to that one yet. One day, they were very confused while I was listening to this weird music. I said, you'll get it when you're older. You sexy motherfucker.
What?
It's a Prince song called Sexy MF.
I keep hitting that button
And the chorus is, you're a sexy motherfucker. And it makes you feel like a sexy motherfucker, because that's the power of Prince.
That's the power of Prince.
I don't think Prince has enough power to make me feel sexy.
You need to listen to more Prince. You will.
When you were mine.
All right. Rich.
Yeah.
I am so used to you as the guy who falls down and is the butt of jokes that when seeing your work, like the not Plinko machine, I go, oh yeah, that guy's an actor and not just clumsy.
I'm clumsy too.
Are you saying that bit comes from real life?
I'm saying art imitates reality.
Ooh, there you go. The Riddle of Steel has an important question. What is the best in life?
Hold on.
The best in life is the lamentations of the women and to see
What's
enemies.
the two? Strike down your enemies? What is it?
To see enemies crushed before you.
Crushed before you.
I think that is it. I
No,
forget.
to crush your enemies, see them driven before you.
And the lamentations of the women.
Hear the lamentations of the women.
The your workout is like coming. P.S. Have y'all heard of Sunless Sea? It's a weird roguelike game about being a ship captain in an ocean full of monsters under the earth. Yes, we have. It's on the official list of games to play. The Riddle of Steel.
That was just me clearing my throat. I wasn't.
Oh no! Someone is mentioning an OBS thing, and I don't see anything wrong with.
What do they say?
Oh,
What's wrong? What's wrong?
look at the OBS screen. Do you see how like we're not seeing stuff?
Oh,
Click on OBS and go to edit scene, or right click on game capture and just make sure that it is position and size and fit to screen. Oh, that's weird.
what?
Yeah, you guys are not seeing the full
Say
screen.
what? That's so weird.
And that is very weird. Oh well, I guess they're seeing enough of it.
Cropping. Nope.
Go to edit scene and just see where the red
You know what? Here's Alt Enter.
Alt enter.
Oh, that's too small though.
Ooh. Oh yeah, now you see all of it.
Yeah, but
Oh no! Look, now we're getting black bars around the whole thing. Never mind. Just go back to full screen. It's fine. Everything's fine. They see the action. That's all that matters. You just want to see the action. They see the action.
Just keep talking about things. I'll fuck around with this.
Okay, great. Anonymous says, just listen to the Alien commentary. Rich, did you end up ever watching Alien 3, the director's cut, or Alien Resurrection?
I've seen it before, Alien 3, a long time ago. I saw it in the theater.
The director's cut, though.
Oh, no.
Or no, it's not the director's cut. I think it's called the assembly cut. There will never be a director's cut because David Fincher has disowned it. He wants nothing to do with it after being fucked over.
Not Jeff Mangum. Not Jeff Mangum says Good Burger was awesome because George Clinton was in it.
Oh, well,
So was Abe Vigoda, R.I.P. He was left out of the Oscars during the In Memoriam last year.
Was he?
Fucking Abe Vigoda.
Those dicks.
It almost makes sense. Like, it almost seems appropriate.
Because he's Abe Vigoda.
Because he's Abe Vigoda. And you picture his face, him making that, like, sad face. And it's, like, almost funny that he was left out.
Oh.
Every year they leave out 2 or 3, like, super important people.
But it's tough because, I mean, so many people die in a year.
Yeah, but I mean, something like that, that's not like they decided to omit him. That's like
Yeah.
they clearly just missed it. They overlooked him.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Fucking Abe
George
Vigoda.
Clinton doesn't necessarily make a movie good. He was also in PCU.
PCU's good. I mean, I haven't seen it in like 15 years, but I remember liking it.
I'm sure everyone liked it when they were like in high school.
Yeah.
But I'm sure seeing it as an adult, it can't be that. I mean, Jon Favreau's in it, so it must be somewhat good.
Oh, Windows 10.
What's going on?
I don't know. It's just not displaying.
Okay, well,
because it's stupid pants.
You know who directed PCU?
Who directed PCU?
The hunky man that everyone's fighting over in Supergirl. You remember that?
You know what? For some reason, I went to the Supergirl TV show that's on right now, and I was like, he
the old
seems far
movie.
too young. The hunky man who Supergirl and the witch were fighting over.
Yeah, he directed PCU.
Really?
Yep.
I like knowing that.
Is Windows 10
Thank you for sharing,
really, really not giving me an option to change the resolution
Of what?
of the screen? There we go. Here we go. I found it. Is for some reason this is hidden. This very important thing.
They're trying to simplify their...
They're trying to be a pain in my ass is what they're trying.
That could be. Let's see here. That guy from the Scotland. Hey guys, I was wondering if you were as excited as I am about the Ben-Hur remake. The CGI horses look great and Morgan Freeman looks like Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, that's a selling point.
I wasn't excited before, but now I am.
Hi from Scotland. LOL Cure Adala Mohbad.
I don't know anything about this Ben-Hur remake.
I didn't even know they were making a Ben-Hur remake. So, but now, because Whoopi Goldberg's going to be in it. via
Morgan Freeman as Whoopi Goldberg.
So now I'm excited. Purple Rain is pretty bad, but it's still better than Cool as Ice.
Wow. Most things are better than Cool as Ice.
Right.
All right, I think that's good. That's good enough.
Sure.
At the very
If
least.
that's good for you. Does that thing go away? or-
I can deal with that.
Okay, great. You know what? Great. That's great. The Riddle of Steel says, Jay is the only one worthy of Conan's mantle and Crom's blessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are the only one worthy. Rich must say Mass Effect 3 not only retroactively ruined the series, it ruined BioWare. How would you...
Well, EA ruined BioWare. Let's not... I got bullshitted to death.
What'd you do? What would you do? Hey, settle down, everybody. How would you have changed Mass Effect 3's ending?
I get asked this question every week. Just go into our archives, for fuck's sake. I think that it's got bigger problems. The series it's not just a simple matter of rewriting the ending.
Mm-hmm.
You have to rewrite, at the very least, you have to rewrite the entire last game. At the very least.
Yeah, you said they got rid of like a lot of dialogue options.
They got rid of a lot of dialogue options. They weren't really... It was clear in hindsight. It was clear actually from the second game. I hoped I was wrong, that they didn't have an ending in mind. They weren't working towards an ending.
Sure.
And when they got to the ending, they didn't know what the fuck to do, and they pulled some bullshit out of their ass, is what happened.
As a reminder, if anyone decides to send us a copy of Mass Effect Andromeda when it does come out, Rich will destroy it on camera without playing it. That is a promise from Rich Evans.
I'm playing distracted now. Fuck it.
Oh, sorry.
Nah,
Sorry.
EA ruined my game.
And now it's ruined this
Mass
game.
Effect 3 ruined Hyperlight Drifter. That's what happened. It ruins everything.
Oh, God. A.E. Carter, I hope that's not true. A.E. Carter saying Mass Effect 4 will start with Part 3 all being a dream. That would be bullshit.
You know what? I'd be fine with that.
That's bullshit.
Give him a second chance. It's fine.
Maybe that would just be them admitting that they made a mistake. It was all a dream. That's bullshit. Wubrex, does Mike really prefer Mac over PC?
Yes.
And why would that hack fraud have such a bad opinion?
Is it a bad opinion?
We
Look at how
all
much
edit on
trouble I've been
Macs.
having with Windows here.
Yeah, I hate Windows.
Yes.
I've hated Windows for a very long time.
Those of us in this very room who all edit on Macs.
Yes.
Macs are very nice. And they're easy to use.
Everything
and
works.
Everything works all the time. And they're great. It's not so great when you want to say like run certain games on them because, you know, they're new to the whole gaming thing. So I do have a Windows 7 dual boot on all of my Mac machines, so I can play games, but all my editing and stuff is on Macs, and everybody likes Macs. All the time. Even you like Mac. You told me, Wubrex.
Doesn't he remember?
Don't you remember? We had this conversation a couple weeks ago where you said Macs are so great and Steve Jobs' passing was such a tragedy, which it was.
Oh, fuck Steve Jobs.
No.
He was a jerk. Everything I've ever heard about him makes him sound like a complete fucking asshole.
He gave us some wonderful things.
He's such an asshole. They had to make 2 movies about his life in the last 3 years. And both of them are just, look at what an asshole this guy is.
It's really true, by the way. Turtle Wise, will you gentlemen do an abbreviated half in the bag or clickbait video regarding the extended version of Batman v Superman? I'm oddly fascinated. Can't help but think it will be better.
I'm assuming it would be better just because there's probably more scenes in it that connect the dots. Like, I'm sure a lot of the plot holes and things that don't make sense in the movie are the result of edits, were I to guess. But I have no desire to rewatch it. Like, even in an extended form, just to compare. Like,
Well, it depends on what's cut, right?
Yeah, I mean...
If it's just violence, then no, it's not going to fix anything.
No, I'm assuming it's more than that. I'm assuming there's full scenes that are cut. So
The entire scene discussing Lex Luthor's elaborate backstory and setting him up as a character was filled with vaginas. And so they had to cut
they
that.
had to cut it because of all the vaginas?
They had to cut it because of all the vaginas. And so in the extended director's cut, the R-rated director's cut, we're going to get a lot more characterization.
Is there a scene that makes any of his scheming make sense?
It's filled with vaginas. I tell you,
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to hear about what some of the additions are, but it would take a lot to get me to rewatch that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
It was just a joyless movie. A joyless movie. On Best of the Worst, how glad were you that Adam Sandler's Going Overboard wasn't selected?
Very.
Very.
As someone who's seen a little bit of it, I've seen like 15 minutes of it.
All I know is like we've tried bad comedy before, and
It's usually the worst.
It never works out.
Fuck it.
It never ever works out. Also, the Alien 3 director's cut would be a blank tape. It's still worth a watch because David Fincher is a genius, says Nookie.
I like Alien 3. I even like the theatrical cut, okay, but I really like the assembly cut.
Yeah, it's depressing. The movie's depressing.
But it's good.
You like being depressed in films.
I do. But I think it's a solid movie anyway. Like, the cinematography is great. The alien looks great. There's some wonky visual effects, but that's just a product of the times.
I need to watch movies that keep me from killing myself.
Look at all these crows and hoodies. They cool as fuck. Just chilling.
That David Fincher, he knows how to make a movie. Did you hear? Did you know that? That he makes good movies?
David Fincher?
Yeah.
What movies has he made?
I
I don't know if I've seen any of his movies.
was trying to think of a joke answer, and I don't have one.
Oh. He did the Fight Clubs, right?
He did Fight Club.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
Has there been a parody video called Fart Club? Is this a thing that's happened at some point?
Don't share that link with us. I'm sure there.
First rule of fart clubs: don't smell about fart clubs. No.
You're like 12 years too late with this gold parody video, but still gold. He did Lady with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
You never really smelled unless you had a fart.
Which is it's a fine movie. I thought it was dull.
What?
I liked it. The theater. Do you know what we're talking about, Rich? Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Oh, I thought we were still talking about Fight Club.
No. No, Fight Club's not dull.
Fight Club's not dull.
A Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I saw it in the theater. We did it on Half in the Bag. And I liked it well enough, but I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I really liked it a lot more the second time. And that's the same thing that happened with Gone Girl. I just rewatched Gone Girl, and I liked it so much better the second time.
Oh.
Have you ever seen Zodiac?
No.
His Zodiac movie? That's his best movie.
Oh.
It's great.
Okay. No, I like him as a filmmaker, and I think he has a good eye. I think he knows how to compose a scene very well.
Well, he's very meticulous. He's like a Kubrick.
And so it's just like the lady with the dragon tattoo was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And every
all those
scene,
snowy backdrops.
Oh man.
It looks great.
And just, when she's in the office with that horrible man making her do horrible things.
Yeah.
Oh, everything was so tense and beautiful. I thought the plot was dumb. It was like
It's very pulpy, and that's the same with Gone Girl.
That's
what's weird about David Fincher is
CSI episode.
You could say that about Gone Girl. That's what's weird about David Fincher is he takes that type of material and he just elevates it with this like slick, cold style and like great performances. That's what I was noticing and rewatching Gone Girl, all the side characters are like perfectly cast.
Oh yeah. I meant to get around to Gone Girl. Lisa read the book and really liked it.
Yeah.
And then it was just one of those like, we'll go see it. Wait, it's 3.5 hours?
It's 2.5 hours long.
It's very long.
It doesn't feel long at all, though.
Okay.
It flies by.
Well, that's good to know. Riemann, Jack. I remember from prereq review episodes that you have a hell of a competitive streak. Are you able to suppress that when you play games with your kids, or do you crush their spirit? Love you, Jay. I crush their spirit. No, that is not true.
I hate the chompers.
Yeah, that looks tough. I suppress my competitive urges. I do get really annoyed by a lot of their games. They love the Lego games. Like they have a Lego Batman game.
Yeah.
And it bothers the snot out of me just because it's dumb.
Well, it's aimed at little kids.
Exactly. I understand that it's a little kid game, but I hate it. And, they want to play it with me, and I'm just like, no, you play it by yourself. But no, we'll play Mario Kart, and, I'll hang back with them and just have fun. I can have fun, too.
The fun comes from watching them get excited and enjoy the game.
Exactly.
I'm assuming, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see here. Dirty Nigel. Was Wizard actually as annoyed as he looked during the Plinketto Best of the Worst?
Yes, we all hate each other. Everybody's mad at each other all the time.
I don't know if that's common knowledge. Everyone knows that we genuinely dislike each other. But or, and I'm just throwing that out there, it's a comedy show, and we were being funny.
Where everything is heightened.
No. I'm just putting that out there as an option where maybe a funny thing happened on the show, and it was funny. P.S. Rich Evans reminds me of the aliens from the beginning of Fifth Element. I'd still let him impregnate me, though.
What are the aliens from the beginning? I haven't seen that movie in forever.
I'm trying to remember the aliens from the beginning. I don't remember.
I'm sure it's not flattering.
Oh, well. Well, then, Dirty Nigel, you can go ahead and fuck off. How about that? Jay, says Hap78. Patrick Stewart as a neo-Nazi villain in Green Room?
Fuck yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be great.
I just hope he's utilized far better than he was in Conspiracy Theory. That film was a joke.
I've never seen that movie. I didn't know he was in it.
Well, then, there you go. Punks versus Nazis.
Yes,
It's going to be great. All set in one room.
I don't know if the whole thing is set in one room. I'm assuming not the whole thing, but
One room.
a large chunk of it. I'm so excited for that movie. I don't even know when it comes out. Hopefully soon.
Mm-hmm.
If you have not seen Blue Ruin, I think it's still on Netflix. Go watch Blue Ruin.
Hunks versus Potsies, or Hunks versus Potsies. That'll be the porn parody of Green Room. Green Spoon.
What?
No, that
Hunks
doesn't work.
versus.
That's awful.
I'm
That's awful. It's bad, and you should feel bad.
I don't make a living making porn parody names. Luckily,
Somebody does, though.
somebody does.
And isn't that a wonderful thing?
Not anymore. They're all lazy now. All the porn parody names are lazy now. Now they just do blank and blank the porn parody.
Really?
Seinfeld.
No, I actually read an interview in the AV Club with some guy that does porn parodies.
Yeah.
Where he's talking about how he's trying to bring back, or he has brought back the punny titles.
Oh, good.
So that's not just, The Simpsons, the Triple X parody.
Right.
But he's-
Seinfeld, the porn parody.
Yeah, no, he tries to give them like quote unquote funny titles.
Oh, good. That's part of the fun.
I'd love to hear that anyway. Yeah, I try to give him funny titles.
He seemed like a nice guy. Seemed intelligent about what he was doing.
I like it when I see
Not
their
everyone
boobs.
involved in porn is some sleazy weirdo.
I'm calling my next one, Who's Eating Out Gilbert Rape? Yeah.
Now we know what Rich Evans does in his free time.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell us about this amazing part-time job you had?
His job is just coming up with the titles, though.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Hey, absolutely. Speaking of BioWare, says Ham Tardy, I was reminded that Witcher 1 ran on Mass Effect 1's engine, which leads me to my real point. You guys really, really should play Witcher 3. It deserves all the hype it's received. LOL, fuck my cock.
Yep.
That's all you get.
Noted and ignored. Or just noted. Seems like a lot to get into. It's three of those fucking games.
How about noted and will be forgotten? Oh, look at that.
Ooh, that's cool.
I love that. And look at how his hand is on the mountain.
Yeah, that's neat.
Love that.
You saw him from a distance walking up here, too, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Sick Nick, bro. A lot of people are tipping right now, and so I'm just trying to get through them. If I haven't gotten to yours yet, hold on.
And he's not going to.
I'm working through them. I'm trying to, we started a conversation. I want to finish that conversation before moving on to the next one. Settle down, everybody. It's a lot. Do you hear it? You hear it.
Just keep coming.
You hear it. You hear it. Yeah, we just probably won't get to Witcher 3 because it's a long-ass game and we have far too many games to play as it is. And, it's gone. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
Hey, Jack. Hi, Rich. And hey, Jay. Says Bacon Jacobs.
That was some sing-songy shit, Jack.
I get sing-songy. Have you considered doing a best of the worst movies that star juicy Shaq meat like Kazam, Steel, and Kazam?
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. He did that movie Blue Chips with Nick Nolte, but I don't
That's
think
a
that
real
would
movie.
be... That's like a normal movie.
Maybe a Transformers-style simultaneous viewing. I don't think we could handle that.
I don't think that'll ever
That's
happen.
too much Shaq. But
I've seen Steel. They played it at B-Fest one year.
Oh, yeah?
And that was pretty fun.
I
I've
would-
never seen Kazam, the movie where he's the rapping genie. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it's terrible.
I would love to do a bad superheroes one with Steel.
Yeah, you could do that. Or you could do bad movies starring like sports people.
Ooh, yep, there you
I'm sure
go.
there's plenty of those.
There you go. I like that.
What's the Dennis Rodman one called with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Double Down.
Double Team. I think.
Double Team.
Double Down's a completely different movie.
Oh my God, I was I was just sacrilegious to our Lord and Savior Breen.
Yeah, I think we have a copy of that movie, the Jean-Claude Van Damme one.
Mm-hmm.
Was that his only movie that Dennis Rodman did?
That I know of,
Okay.
but that doesn't mean anything.
I mean, I'm sure he might have cameos and stuff, but I think that was his only like starring vehicle, as far as I know.
Absolutely.
There's only one that probably got an ad on network TV.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he did some direct-to-video stuff. I don't even know.
Hulk Hogan films?
Well, wrestler films, sure. Suburban
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 Commando.
Commando. I saw that in the
Yeah.
theater.
Santa with muscles.
Santa with
Santa
muscles.
with Muscles is what I always
Oh.
think about every year for the Christmas episode.
No
and we
Holds
haven't done
Barred.
it. No Holds Barred has some great moments in it.
I don't know that one.
That was the first big one. That was the movie that introduced Zeus, the wrestler Zeus.
Oh. How could I forget that? I don't
The
know.
Battle of the Tough Guys. That was the name of the big competition at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what they called it in the
The
movie?
Battle of the Tough Guys. I mean, the movie. That's supposed to be a joke. The movie's semi-humorous.
Okay. I like that. The Battle of the
The
Tough
Battle
Guys.
of the Tough Guys. But there's a great scene where Hulk Hogan intimidates a guy, pulls him out of a car, and the guy shits his pants. And Hulk Hogan's like, "What's that smell?" And the guy goes, "Dookie." And that's the scene.
This sounds horrible.
It's great. Hulk Hogan goes, "Dookie." And then the scene just ends.
Brother. Dookie, brother.
Super Dookie Brothers.
Super Dookie Brothers.
Dookie!
Coming to a Nintendo Entertainment System near you.
Anonymous wants to know if we've checked the mail since Monday.
I have some mail in my trunk right now. I went last night to the post office. Haven't opened it yet.
Oh, there's one with air holes in it. It's probably dead by now.
Actually, I went earlier in the week too. So what are you looking for?
That's all. That's it.
We got some movies.
There you go. Anyways, have you seen the Power Rangers knockoffs like Superhuman Samurai or VR Troopers?
No, because I was like an adult when that shit started coming out.
Also, no. I've seen the newer Power Ranger stuff because they're still making that show.
They're still doing it.
Of course they are. And it's just, they still do some guy in a big cardboard costume stuff, but not as much. They don't do as much.
Isn't that the charm of the whole thing? Well, I remember the original show. It was just footage from the Japanese show.
Right.
So they had all this footage. Like, now they have to shoot new stuff, so that's probably why they don't do it as much, I guess.
Like, they still do guy in a big cardboard costume, but they don't do as much miniature stuff. Because before you'd have those sequences of, the giant mechs coming to the Power Rangers. That was all, like, done in miniature and beautiful.
Yeah.
But now it's all just CG.
Oh, that's lame.
But, they still get some guy in big cardboard suit stuff, which is fun. Did you guys see... what's her name is Rita Repulsa?
Oh, Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks is
I did.
Rita Repulsa.
I mean, it doesn't look anything like the character that I
know
what she looks like. I like Elizabeth Banks. Oh, did you hear about they're doing a new Wet Hot American Summer series?
I did.
Now it's going to be a sequel to the original movie.
Yep. The 10 years
10
later.
years later.
Yep.
So great. I'm excited. I mean, that series was fantastic. DJ Ski Mask, come on. It was so great.
It was funny. It was very funny. A lot of the jokes centered around references to the movie.
No, I mean, some did, but it's also supposed to tie in with the movie. So it's more. A lot of it's more than just references.
Well, most of the jokes were just references to the movie.
I wouldn't say most.
Fucking killjoy.
I'd say the proper amount where it didn't go overboard.
It was fine.
I liked it a
Anything that gets those guys back together again, I'm okay with.
lot. Yeah.
I'm okay with. Jay is worthy of the mantle because he knew the words and what is best in life. Oh, that's why
yeah.
you're worthy of the mantle.
It took me a little while, but I remembered him.
Even if he has a tiny skeleton. Jay, could you talk a bit about creature effects?
Could he?
Also, the Thing commentary, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe.
Can you talk about? Did they talk about creature effects in the Thing commentary? Can you combine those?
They
two?
talk a lot about the creature effects in the Thing commentary. I don't know if it's the commentary or some of the interviews, but they talk about how a big part of why the effects in that movie look so great is the way they're lit, which is true. Keep it all in shadow. Keep it all in shadow and cover it in slime.
Get it wet.
Cover up those seams with just shadows.
And get it wet.
And get it wet.
Chat, Rich is playing, which is why I'm being virtually mute.
That was always a good tip that I saw. Is like if you have like a little like puppet thing and you want it to look real, just get it wet.
Oh, sure.
Then it glistens.
Yeah, no, otherwise it looks like rubber.
Right. Got to get it wet.
Oh man, I just got Krampus on Blu-ray, which most like wide release movies, a lot of them I don't even bother getting anymore. But
Sure.
If I do, I'll usually just get them digitally because studios don't care about like extras anymore or anything.
Right.
But the Krampus Blu-ray has a fair amount of stuff on it. And it's got a whole thing dedicated to the creature effects because it's all like puppets and practical creatures and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Not all, but a lot of it is.
That's great.
And so I was watching that and I'm showing them the designs and how they, puppeteered them and everything. It just warmed my heart to see a movie made in the last year that has all these like practical creatures in it.
I think if you make a movie like that, it kind of has to be, right?
Oh, it's so well. It doesn't have to be unless you have a director that is fighting for it.
That cares about stuff like that.
Cares about stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that Krampus! I love that Krampus. You gotta watch Krampus.
I do have to watch Krampus. It's on my list.
You gotta show it to your kids. Maybe not yet, but in a couple years.
Maybe.
That and Gremlins.
Oh, I can't wait
That'd
for
be a good
Gremlins.
double feature because they're kind of similar as far as the tone goes.
Can't wait for Gremlins and Ghostbusters. Like one day, Gremlins and Ghostbusters and Jurassic Park. One day we're going to have an awesome movie night.
There you go. Jurassic Park they can probably watch earlier than the other ones.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
You know. Pretty intense.
I remember seeing it in the theater, Jurassic Park, and I don't think we knew that it was going to get that intense. So we took my little sister.
Oh, no.
Who was like, oh, God, how old would she have been? 6, maybe? 5 or 6? Once shit got real, once like the T-Rex showed up, she was like crying and in our laps the whole movie.
Yep.
We didn't want to leave because it was so great. So we just tortured her for the rest of the movie because we wanted to watch it.
Of course.
She's a sissy.
She was a tiny kid.
She's still a sissy.
I guess,
No excuses.
I guess
in this
tiny
life.
kids are sissies. Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Anonymous says, I watched Inland Empire,
Yes.
and I don't get it.
No.
How do I get it?
You don't.
Great.
You just absorb it.
Boom.
It's David Lynch in general. There's no clear-cut answers.
Just watch The Boy 2016 for the second time. So I assume you mean just watched The Boy 2016 for the second time. For as stupid as it was, I liked it.
I kind of wanted to see it. I didn't see it in the theater. Like, it looks dumb, but it looks like it might be kind of fun.
Oh, is that the one
dumb.
with like the doll?
A little doll, yeah. Although there was another movie released last year called The Boy 2 with Rainn Wilson and maybe some other people.
Oh.
It's completely unrelated. But yeah, there were 2 movies that came out within like 6 months of each other called The Boy.
Oh, very
But the
strange.
wide release one is the one with the doll.
Gotcha.
I was curious to see it, even though it looked dumb as hell.
It did.
But
I like that lady.
who's the lady in it?
She's in The Walking Dead's.
Oh, Lauren Cohen? Is that her name? I think that's her name.
You guys couldn't see, but I was making a face.
I couldn't tell you anyone on The Walking Dead other than Michael Rooker.
The lady. The lady.
You've watched all of The Walking Dead, right?
I am up to date on The Walking Dead, yes.
Okay. Michael Rooker, do you know who that is, the actor?
Yes. Who's in the first season.
Yeah, he cuts off his hand on the roof in the first season.
Yes.
How prominent is he later in the series? Because I would continue watching just for him because he's the best.
He's in one episode. He's in a small part of one episode of the second season. But then in the... Is it the third or the fourth season? In one of the later seasons, he is prominent.
Okay.
He is very prominent in, I want to say... I really want to say the fourth or I forget. I don't even know what season they're in now because I
I got so bored with that show, but maybe someday, maybe on like a rainy day, I'll catch up on it.
It gets real good, and it's starting to peter off again.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so many bad things that can happen to one group of people. Where eventually you just want them to die because you're like, why the fuck do I care about you anymore? They're facing the greatest challenge they've ever faced.
Well, what's the driving like thrust of the show? Like, what are they trying to do?
Survive.
Not die.
Just survive?
Survive.
There's no like end goal or like they're trying to get to a certain location.
Well, yeah,
or-
each season has its own little thing.
Okay.
That's part of the reason that season 2 was so god awful.
It's just them on a farm.
It's just
right?
them on a farm.
Yeah.
But then season 3 comes along, they have a goal in mind, and then every season after that they've had a thing.
Okay.
We're going to do this thing, or we're going to go to this place.
Maybe one day I'll try to watch it. I got so bored with it.
We this won't be spoiling anything. But the season just the latest season just ended. And we just watched the very last episode of the latest season. And all the main characters are faced with their greatest challenge ever again.
Until the next greatest challenge.
Exactly. And, the bad guy comes around and he said he's going to, he has to beat up one of them. He's like, I got to beat the shit out of one of you because I'm the leader of this gang. And I got to beat the shit out of one of you because you messed up my gang, right? And it's kind of an intense moment. It's fun. But there's a large group of our heroes there, and we don't know which one he's going to beat up. And then it cuts to a POV shot of one of our heroes as he starts beating them, as the lamest cliffhanger ever.
Oh, okay. That was. I heard people complaining about how horrible the cliffhanger was. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Is we don't know who got beat up because it's a POV shot as he's beating them up, and so it's like, who fuck? That's the cliffhanger.
You got to get something to get people coming back.
If
Who's he beating up?
Exactly.
I won't know until next season.
If you use that cheap ass tactic, then you got something wrong.
Yeah, that sounds lame.
It's super lame.
To be fair, I don't think it's being beaten up. I think one of them is being murdered.
He specifically says that he doesn't want to kill anyone.
I've seen the panels from the comic book. It's clearly a murder.
I'm assuming they've changed a lot throughout the course of the series from the comics, though.
Probably. Oh man, where are we? Hey, Rich, you complained about Nintendo 64, but now you can play Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Oh shit! Stop it! It moves the tips when you tip. Now you can play Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the 3DS with better graphics. Also, Link Between Worlds is 100 times better than this hyper light shit.
That's fine.
When
did I say this is the best game that ever existed?
I don't know about that. This is a pretty cool game.
I like the combat better in this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, than any Zelda game, which is just.
Yeah.
I think there's an argument. There's a fine argument against Ocarina, and I like Ocarina of Time, but I think there's a fine argument against
Twilight Princess did it better.
No.
No. Yes.
Then you haven't played Twilight Princess in a while. Twilight Princess is awful.
Oh, you're nuts.
And a ton of cutscenes, and why do you go to wolf phase all the time? No, it doesn't make any sense. Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess is better. Ocarina.
What?
Ocarina.
Ocarina.
It's better Time
Macarena?
Flute than Time Flute is. I'm sorry. It's improved on the formula. It does the same thing. It is basically the same overworld, and it does it all better.
It does a lot of things better. It does combat better. It does not do overall game better than Ocarina. I'm sorry.
What is better about Ocarina than Twilight Princess? What is better?
Simpler. Simpler story. Easier to travel places.
Did you enjoy traveling places in Ocarina of Time? Did you enjoy that large, empty map where you did jack shit? Did you enjoy that?
I really did, because then, like, it
a moderately sized, empty field.
Well, it added to the bigness of the world, and, when you're younger, you need that big world. You need that big world.
Then play Wind Waker.
Well, Wind Waker wasn't out yet. Wind Waker didn't come out for years until that. Oh,
Got some mood lighting.
Now we got some
This is
mood lighting
better.
in here.
I hate those overhead fluorescents.
They get to be a bit much.
They hurt my eyeballs.
But I mean, the real thing about Zelda games is none of them can really compete with The Legend of Zelda. Like that first
the original on the NES?
A
Link to the Past, sure.
A Link to the Past gets close. But the original Zelda with its what?
I'm sorry. It's a prototype. It's been improved upon. The original Legend of Zelda on the NES has definitely been improved upon.
I think there is a strong case for the original, which is leaving it open to the player. Oh my god, Rich
threw off his hat in anger.
Rich threw his hat. I think every iteration away from The Legend of Zelda has coddled the player more. And that original Legend of Zelda brought the theme of exploration to the forefront.
You can have your opinion. It's fine. I disagree with it, though.
Okay.
I strongly disagree.
I am a hipster, yes. A.E. Carter. Joshua Saucier. Jack, did you get the Humble Bundle with Ronin I sent you? You can probably complete the game in a stream or two if you don't get the Twitch yips. Probably Twitch tips. It is now free, you fucks. Hi, Jay.
Hello.
That was Joshua Saucier.
You should call them yips now instead of
Yips.
tips.
One yip.
We got a new yip.
We got a new yip. Yes, I believe I did get that Humble Bundle. I don't know if I've activated it yet because sometimes I forget to do that. But yes, I believe I did. Peter Van Drone. Hello, previously recorded, longtime lurker, wanting to throw money into the Get Rich Some Juicy Shaq Meat Fund.
I don't know. I don't think it'll ever not make me laugh.
What would it cost to actually get juicy Shaq meat? Because you're gonna have to do some illicit things. You're gonna have somebody to murder the man, unless you want to do that yourself.
Or you'd have to pay him a large amount of money to cut off an arm or something.
Because I think a large part of this too is you don't want to get caught doing it. How do you get that juicy Shaq meat
unless he
going
agrees
to jail?
to it?
And how much would that end up costing you?
What bit of the juicy Shaq do you want? Do you want a leg? Do you want an arm?
This isn't Germany. He's not going to agree to it. That's a real case, by the way. There was somebody who agreed to be cannibalized. It was his thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's horrifying. That's horrifying.
It was consensual cannibalization.
That would be that.
Who wanted to eat him?
A cannibal?
No. Okay. But I mean, was it like for any sort of research purposes, or
No, I'm probably sexual. Be my guess.
What?
was this on Craigslist? I want to eat you.
I want to eat somebody.
Please reply.
Hey, I want to eat somebody. As an actual question, have you seen the movie 13 Assassins? And do you hate me for mentioning it?
No.
No.
There you go. Lord Belmont J, did you see The Vivitch?
I have not seen The Witch.
Great. How did you like it?
I haven't seen it.
Great. Also,
I haven't seen it. Looks right up my alley. Looks like the type of movie I'd really enjoy. I missed it in theaters. It's on VOD in a week or two. I will check it out then.
I love it.
Can we get that on a recording of that so we can play it when you're not here? Saying it just like that.
Just like that.
That'd be a really good
We
idea.
could do that.
Yeah. Also, the movie The Girl Who Lives Down the Lane is coming out on Blu-ray. Is it good?
I don't know anything about it.
Well, there you go.
Oh, I have a health pack. I'm good.
Hey, Rich.
What?
Did you hear that The Witness is coming to GOG so you can get a DRM-free copy? Try it out. It's $40, you fucks. It's probably them being sarcastic.
Yeah.
We did not much care for The Witness. Oh, Jesus. Which is the better cynical 80s hero flick? RoboCop? Toxic Avenger?
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Yeah, was that a question?
I enjoy the Toxic Avenger.
And
but
how is
come on.
RoboCop cynical? That's an accurate representation of modern day Detroit.
It's satirical.
See it. I didn't turn on my stand-up timer, but I'm just going to assume it's been an hour. We should all stand up if you haven't stood up in a while. Because my legs are hurting.
Stand up, and if you have cashews, get some cashews.
Shit, yeah. Let's all stand up. I got some cashews!
Yeah. So I haven't played in about a week because of fucking Quantum Break, and I've lost my mojo, Jack.
Sorry.
I've lost my mojo.
Sorry. Just blame Windows 10. Windows 10 input lag. That helps. Okay. We're all stretched out. I'm going to start my timer. My official timer. The
gong.
Gonk.
Love the gonk.
Everybody loves the gonk. Let's see, where were we? Rich reminds me of the blue opera singer in The Fifth Element.
Why?
Not because of how he looks, but because of his beautiful singing voice.
What? Do you want me to sing? Why are you staring at me like you think I'm gonna? What am I, a clown? Do I amuse you?
All those things.
I'm supposed to. You throw me a treat. And I'm supposed to bark. What is going on?
That's all I needed.
It took me a while to see The Fifth Element in its entirety.
Yeah.
Because the minute Chris Rock showed up, I was like, nope, and I shut it off.
Chris Rock?
Not Chris Rock.
Or Chris Tucker, sorry. The other Chris. He was
The other
so
black meat?
obnoxious that I shut it off. I was like, oh, I hated him. I hated Chris Tucker so much in that movie. In any movie, actually.
You're supposed to hate him.
But it was like past the point of like I get like it's funny that he's annoying, and more like I don't want to watch this anymore.
I thought he was perfect.
I could not stand him in that movie. It took me the longest time to watch the whole thing.
Cubbin' baby.
Ugh, I hate him.
He was Prince. He was being Prince.
He was not Prince.
Oh man, he was beautiful.
That role would have been great if it was Prince.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was never that into The Fifth Element. I know a lot of people love it, but it was a little too goofy for me.
Oh man, it's great.
Gary Oldman, a little too over the top. Everything was just a little too.
You just got to be there. You got to be in that mode.
I'd have to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in
mode?
probably 15
Then-
years.
We're not in the mode, Jack.
You got to get in that mode.
What are you gonna do about it?
You-
What are you gonna do about it?
Complain about it until you're in the mode. Apparently.
Maybe I'll give it a shot sometime soon because I've not seen it in a really, really long time. I like that Mila Jovovich.
Right.
Fuck.
And the Bruce Willis is great. And he's
Back when he still kind of cared.
back when he had to care. He's just old now. He doesn't give no fucks. Let's see here. Hey, Jack. Hey, Rich. Hey, Jay. Outlast 2 is coming out this fall, and it'd be great to see Jay playing it. There you go.
That's not the one I played the one Halloween stream, was it?
Yep.
That was Outlast the first one?
The spooky game?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to play that Friday the 13th game whenever that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I care about.
Oh, we're all going to play that together.
Yeah, it's multiplayer.
Is it same computer multiplayer, I wonder?
I have no idea.
That would be great.
Probably not.
That'd be upsetting. Then we'd all need our own
Oops,
computers.
I hit the wrong fucking button. I completely wasted a fucking health pack when I was not injured at all.
Way to go. Dennis Rodman was also in Simon Says.
Oh, that's right.
With Dane Cook.
Yes, that's right.
Jeebus.
Forgot that movie even existed.
Well, there you go. There you go. Jay, are there any actors that you acknowledge are good but personally can't stand? Also, have you seen The Witch yet?
I've not seen The Witch.
Okay, great.
I want to see The Witch.
Tom
Looks
Cruise.
very
You
manly.
mean personally? You mean their personal business?
That's what personally can't stand. Yeah, that's what they say. Or it's like
Because if you acknowledge they're good, that probably means you don't like their acting, or you just think they were good.
you acknowledge that they are good actors, but you just don't care for them. Like I've never cared for that Shia LaBeouf.
I think a lot of people don't care for that Shia LaBeouf, especially now.
But I know people. I know, like in general, people think he's a good actor. I don't see it, but
I thought he was fine in Crystal Skull with what he had to work with.
yeah,
I thought he was good in that.
yeah. Good man.
I can't think of any actors off the top of my head. I can't think of anybody.
I also really don't like Kirsten Dunst.
No?
No, the only thing I've ever seen her good in is season 2 of Fargo.
She's great in season 2 of Fargo.
She's great in season 2 of Fargo. Everything else I see her in, I just go ew. But people like her as an actress. Hey guys, speaking of Wet Hot American Summer, are you a fan of the cast's early work like The State and Stella?
Love The State. I watched The State when it originally aired.
Yeah.
I loved it. Have you ever watched any of that stuff? Oh God,
I love Stella.
I have the box set of the original.
We never had
series.
cable growing up, and
Yeah.
so like I
It was-
remember
yeah, it was
people
on
talking
MTV.
about it. But like as soon as like those Stella shorts started popping up on the internet, I was so about that. Just amazing. So if The State is anything like that, I'm sure I'll
It's
love it.
it's sketch comedy. It's it's hit and miss like most sketch comedy, but
Sure.
it's their sensibilities.
I'm sure I would love it. Stella is beautiful. Like I never saw too much of the Comedy Central show,
Oh, the show was great too.
but those early web shorts were fucking sane, and I loved every bit of it.
The great thing about the show, the Comedy Central series, is that like it's really, really good looking. Like it's really well shot. The production values on it are really high, which makes the weird, stupid humor seem even more absurd in contrast.
Great.
Yeah, it's great. I really like
That's
that show
great.
a lot.
I just remember, what was the one bit where like he threw something out the window or something?
Doesn't he throw a cat out a window?
Yeah, I threw your cat out the window. And I see that was a mistake now. And it was, but then they just kept throwing stuff out the window. Whatever that was. I think that was in the Comedy Central one.
No,
Just
that was
beautiful.
that was one of the original shorts, I think.
Oh, was
Yeah.
well then
they repeated some gags from the shorts on the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. They might have done that one. I can't remember. I haven't watched it in a while.
Oh, that is true, Sarichin. They are pushing Zelda back to 2017 to be released with both Wii U and the NX, with NX also coming out in 2017.
To nobody's surprise.
To nobody's surprise.
Like, this is something I knew it was going to happen like 2 years ago, that it was going to come out on the new system
Yep.
after the Wii U.
Yep. Also, hey, Jay.
Oh, hi.
Hey. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. The big game that everyone wants will come out on the new console, so they have a reason to buy the new console.
What?
I can't believe it.
They haven't announced the delay in the Wii U version yet either, which will happen, so they can sell more of the new.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Jay, I have seen people worried about the cast size of Twin Peaks. They fear it will be an endless series of celebrity cameos rather than a proper story with characters. Are you concerned at all?
Not at all. If you look at the cast list for any series, they're always huge.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that they might be in one scene, of one episode. There's nothing to fear. And the cast list, have you looked at any of it?
No.
For the new Twin
I've
Peaks?
been
It's
trying
insane.
I've been trying to keep out of it as
Okay.
much as possible.
There are so many like weird, interesting, eclectic choices for it.
Mm-hmm.
I am super excited. I don't think there's anything to be worried about.
The one thing that has convinced me to not be skeptical about the new Twin Peaks series is something you said a long, long time ago, which is that David Lynch doesn't give a fuck.
No, he's directing every episode.
Yep.
If he was just like like the original series, if he just directed, 1 or 2 episodes and then handed it off to other people, then I would be worried. But he's helming the whole thing. He has creative control.
Yep.
And I don't think he would come back to it unless he felt like he was inspired, to do it.
No, and he
'Cause
doesn't.
he doesn't need the
care.
money. He doesn't care about, he
He doesn't care about
He's been
building his career.
He's been doing just fine these last 12 years, not making anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, making music, but not doing anything, movie or TV related.
Mm-hmm.
He's been just fine. So I think his heart is in the right place, and I'm super excited because I can almost guarantee that this will not just be like a typical series comeback type thing. Because it's David Lynch,
Yeah.
It is not going to be what people think they want, and it's going to upset a lot of people. I can't. That's what happened with Fire Walk with Me. People were like, "Oh, we're finally," because the series ended, because they didn't get picked up for a 3rd season, so the series ends on this weird, abrupt cliffhanger, and so people were like, "Oh, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens." And it's like, "No, I'm doing a prequel. It's not going to tie in with the series at all," and everyone was so angry, even though it's a great movie.
More David Lynch impressions.
So it's gonna be like that. It's gonna go in weird places, and it's on Showtime, so it's gonna get fucking dark. I'm assuming. I can't wait. I'm so excited for the new Twin Peaks.
That's great.
And Lara Flynn Boyle's not gonna be on it, so I don't have to look at her scary face.
Oh, is she scary now?
Donna from the original series,
Yeah.
she had a ton of plastic surgery. She
poor
looks
Lara
like
Flynn
a
Boyle.
monster now.
She was very attractive.
David Lynch likes those natural beauties, so I'm assuming he wants to keep her far, far away.
What now?
Hold on, Guard 55. Hey, Rich, Jack J. My mother is feeding the possum that I mentioned to you back in February during the XCOM 2 stream. Should I be worried?
Yes.
Yes. Get the possum out of your life. The possums are
Filthy,
gross.
It's a filthy opossum, man.
But they're gross and they're scary and they're evil. And they will bring nothing but sorrow into your life. Get rid of it as soon as possible. Ew.
Is this like a possum in a garage or something?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. That guy from Scotland said, last tip, I said, LOL, fuck my cock, in Gaelic, the Scottish language. After hearing Jack butcher it, I shed a single tear. I'm very sorry, I don't know how to speak Gaelic.
Maybe you shouldn't ask us to read things in a language we don't know.
Whoa, that's very true. Or spell it out phonetically. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much contempt for your audience do you have? Hashtag Shaq meat.
6?
I'd like to disagree, but that's what it averages out to be. Hey, Rich!
What?
Ever play Final Fantasy Tactics?
No!
I listen to this on YouTube at work, like a podcast, and you inspired me to retry Demon Souls.
Oh,
How
good.
You've-
I've never been a Final Fantasy person. I know that's supposed to be different. I don't care. It had the
It's-
Final Fantasy name on it, and I never played it.
It's
So
like a turn-based, grid-based tactic. game.
if it's tactics in the sense like their normal battles are, I really don't care.
no, it's like an XCOM gritty thing. It's like an XCOM gritty thing.
That doesn't work as well with Melee, and I'm assuming it's Thords.
It's probably mostly
Yeah.
Thorth. Final Fantasy like the Thorth.
Like what was that? What was that? The Viking Saga thing one, the Banner Saga.
Yeah.
That didn't do much for me, and that was kind of a grid Melee type game.
Yes.
I don't know if Melee is as fun as grid-based shooting.
I am with you. Jay, have you seen the Twin Peaks Japanese commercials for Georgia Coffee?
I have. It's been a while, but I know I've seen them. They're weird from what I remember. And I have not seen The Witch. If that was coming.
No, I all I wanted your answer to be was, yep.
Yep.
All right, let's see here. Movie show pitch. Not the Stormtrooper protagonist one, though I'd like to know what Jay thinks. Walking Dead meets Game of Thrones. Medieval zombie apocalypse. Army of Darkness with modern graphics.
Part of Army of Darkness's charm is that it's got these old school stop motion
Yep.
skeletons, though.
Yeah,
And its sense of humor.
And its sense of humor.
and Game of Thrones has zombies.
Does it?
Yeah, that's like literally the whole thing is an army of zombies is coming to attack. Watch Game of Thrones, maybe. There's this whole thing about an army of the undead. So get with it, the riddle of steel. Do you guys like documentaries?
Yes, I love them. That's all I ever watch on Netflix.
I also enjoy a good documentary. I enjoy the good documentaries.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Both Karen and I, we love watching documentaries together.
it's fine. Great. Let's see here. If so, check out. Oh, I've heard about this documentary now.
Oh yeah, I just watched all of those.
Oh yeah.
I've seen the Grey Gardens parody one. That's the only one I've seen, but it was funny.
Well, explain what these are for people who don't know.
Mockumentaries. They're the half-hour long. Do you ever see Portlandia?
Sure.
It's the guy from Portlandia is one of the
Fred
guys.
Armisen
And
from SNL. And,
Yeah.
yeah, and he's on Portlandia.
and who's the other guy on documentary now? I don't know his name. I don't know names.
I can't think of his name either.
Other guy.
Other guy.
Great.
And every week is a different fake documentary, comedy documentary in a different style.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Was it you guys who were just talking about this? I remember hearing about this.
Yes.
I think Rich
recently.
was talking about it the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're so, like, I haven't seen, the only one I've seen is the one that's parodying Grey Gardens, but it's such a bizarre thing to do because it's so specific. Like, you would,
Which one is that? Grey
that's
Gardens?
the black and white, it's the two old people in the house. Like, and it's a parody of the documentary Grey Gardens, which if you haven't seen that, I can't imagine even knowing what the hell is going on in their parody of it. It's so bizarre.
They're
That's the
saying-
only one I've seen.
Oh, is Bill Hader the other guy?
That's it. Yeah. Bill
They
Hader.
all feel very different, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other ones aren't anything like that.
Well, sure, they're all done in the style of a different specific documentary, from what I understand.
Like there's one about a movie, a documentary about the first documentary, which is about an Eskimo in black and white, and they keep cutting the footage of that. And it's one guy playing an Eskimo, and how they like basically fake the whole old documentary. Nothing in it was legitimate. That one is great.
Yeah, I need to watch more of them.
Yeah, this sounds great.
Yeah, he didn't know how to use a dog sled, so we just taped his arms to the sled. See? He was screaming like nothing I ever heard, but when you looked at it on film, it looked like he was running that dog sled.
Oh, that's great.
I highly recommend that one.
Documentary now.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Great. Hey, Jay. Can you think of a movie that had a mediocre theatrical release but became amazing after a director's cut? Thanks.
Became amazing after the director's cut.
You know, many movies get a second life when it comes to their video release.
Sure. Yeah, that's how I thought that was going. I was thinking of like Army of Darkness. There's plenty of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Zoolander, that didn't do very well in the theater, but then it became like a huge.
So a movie
on
that was
video.
bad until the director's cut.
That's the question. Can you think of a movie that was bad until the director's cut?
Some would argue Alien 3. Some don't even like the extended cut of that, but.
Oh, everyone is saying Blade Runner and Kingdom of Heaven.
I mean, Blade Runner was like a big hit when it came out, though, too. I mean,
Right,
people
right.
like the theatrical cut.
I actually missed the narration.
Well, you can still get it. That's the great thing. He didn't like erase it from history like that had George Lucas. all the versions that have ever been made are available still.
Uh-huh.
So if you like the narration version, you can still watch that.
You know what I heard recently about George Lucas?
Oh, no.
No, that was actually a kind of a really amusing, good thing.
Okay.
Supposedly, way back in the day, like he wanted to expand Skywalker Ranch, and like his neighbors in the area didn't want him to do it. It was like a thing.
Okay.
There was a point of contention.
Okay.
And just recently, on the land that he originally wanted to extend Skywalker Ranch, he's not just like building like homes for like just disgusting like homeless people to put in this rich neighborhood.
He's like building
And
halfway
they can't
houses.
say anything because the spin is I'm building homes for the homeless.
Oh my God. That George Lucas, man. He's a weirdo and he holds grudges. Wow, that's kind of amazing.
That is really funny.
I heard that and it made me smile.
Okay. Rich
What?
says my turds are green. I'm an idiot.
Yes.
Was that it?
Yes.
No, there's more.
Oh,
I just wanted to emphasize
I didn't
that.
think there needed to be
No,
more.
I just wanted to emphasize that. What was the punchline to the question mark exclamation joke that Mike was stepping all over?
In all honesty, I no longer remember. That was like a week and a half ago now.
You're no help at all, Rich.
I know. I honestly don't remember at this point.
Do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm sorry.
It's lost to time.
Send a message to Mike complaining, and I'm sure he'll email you back the proper punchline.
He
I'll
probably
tell
doesn't
you-
know.
I'll tell you, it wasn't as good as probably what we ended up with. So.
Sure.
Oh yeah, the interrupting you bit.
Yeah,
well
that was a pretty
funny.
good bit.
And you know, the last time I really didn't think he was going to interrupt you. I was really waiting for you
Oh,
to
I
finish
knew he
that
was
joke.
going to do it.
I have way too much faith.
Still,
Huh?
still.
You guys can't beat me down.
At that point, it was the only way the episode was going to continue. I had to. I had to just go through with it.
Of course. Hey guys, if RLM were to make a dinosaur movie,
Tammy and the T-Rex remake.
great.
Oh, I saw someone tweeted at me. This was a while ago, months ago now. Remember how we were talking about how there had to been like an R-rated cut with more gore and
awesome
stuff?
one.
How it was
Yeah.
very clearly edited.
Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube. But it's like a foreign version. It's like a foreign TV thing. Someone taped it off of the TV in like, I don't remember if it was like Germany or something like that. But it's got the gore intact.
Really?
And it makes them, I skimmed through it a little bit, and it makes the movie even more bizarre. with this like graphic violence.
Oh, I want a real version of that.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that's the only thing, as far as I've seen, that you can find is like someone taped it off of the TV in some other country.
In Japan.
I can't remember where it was from.
Shit. I'm missing a thing. Missing a thing.
Oh.
Where was the thing?
What thing are you missing?
A thing.
Oh.
Just a thing.
I don't know. Hey Jay, says Lolly Battle Machine 322. I've been a longtime Red Letter Media watcher, and I've noticed that you've been looking sexier as the years have gone by. Like a fine red wine. Jay gets better with age, obviously. What's your workout routine so that I can get a body? Bye, Jay.
Talking about that stuff's boring.
Do you-
Here's what you do. Don't eat as much.
There you go.
Go for walks.
Mm-hmm.
And lift heavy things until your arms are tired.
Okay,
And then stop lifting those heavy things
done.
because you're tired.
Also, it doesn't hurt to buy a nice bike and then don't take your car. Take your bike.
Sure,
Even if it's
sure.
kind of far. Take your bike.
Sure, if you can, yeah. That's not a bad idea.
Sure.
Move more than you eat, right? That's the
Yes.
thing.
Move more, eat less.
Move more, eat less. Boom. Great. Which of you three is the least excited for Civil War? I recently saw a screening of it, and it's the best of Marvel movies. Duck my rock. What? I'm probably most excited because I'm a
You're the
huge
big-
Marvel fanboy.
Yeah.
And I'm, yeah. So it's probably.
I'm
me.
going to guess Rich is probably the least excited just because he's rich.
And he hasn't even seen this Winter
I
Soldier.
think it'll be fine. I'm not like hyped.
Sure.
But
Did you see Ultron?
I think it'll probably be decent. That was okay.
We saw
How did-
Ultron. We did an episode on it.
Yeah.
All of us.
Shit. How did you see Ultron without seeing Winter Soldier?
I just did. What?
Seems wrong.
For some reason, when I went to see Ultron, they didn't stop me at the entrance and ask me if I'd seen Winter Soldier. That just didn't happen. There was a lapse in security.
That's my fanboyism, where it's just like, you gotta see all the movies. It's the TV show also. Did you see the webisodes? I totally forgot that I was on that episode.
And I actually think I would like Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
You
you
would.
would
I
like
don't-
Winter Soldier.
I drag my ass. I don't do things.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go.
I'll see it eventually. Sure, it's fine. Yeah.
It is sort of interesting that both Civil War and Batman vs. Superman both have a story element of people sort of paying for the consequences of all the collateral damage
Yeah,
from the previous movies.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting that they both have that element.
and I think one is going to handle it significantly better.
It's possible.
One was a reaction to the criticism of Man of Steel. And then the other one was a, fuck you, we're going to criticize Man of Steel.
I don't think Civil War. I don't think it's a criticism.
One
of
was
Man
a
of Steel.
reaction to Man of Steel, and one was a well thought out
Actually,
plan from the beginning.
I'm actually thinking about Age of Ultron. Remember when they destroy the building? And Iron Man goes out of his way to buy the building before he smashes the Hulk into it? They addressed that then.
I don't think that
it
has
wasn't
anything
about
to
that.
No,
it wasn't
and
a plot,
like
but I mean,
the end of Ultron, like they go out of their way to save every civilian, but that's just because they're
They're
heroes.
superheroes, and that's what you do.
And that's what superheroes do, except for Man of Steel.
that's fine. But I do believe that the Iron Man buying the building before he smashed it was just kind of a fuck you.
No,
I don't think
Man of
so, because
Steel.
they would have been in production around the same time. Or no, when Man of Steel, I guess, would have been a little bit earlier, but
yeah.
I've been wrong many times.
I guess if it is, that's a very subtle fuck you.
It's all it needed to be.
Jay, are you a Japanese horror fan? Have you seen The Grudge or The Ring?
only the American ones. Oh no, I did see The Ring. I saw the original The Ring. I didn't see the original The Grudge.
Oh. Okay, and that was the next question is whether you saw the Japanese or American. Also, there is a Grudge versus The Ring film being released in Japan.
I've heard. I know the trailer's online. I haven't seen it.
That seems
It seems like a weird
crazy.
concept, but why not?
crazy. Okay, greetings from Ireland, you fucks. Jay, have you seen Anomalisa?
Not yet.
Anomalisa? How do you pronounce that?
Anomalisa,
Anomalisa.
I think. The Charlie Kaufman movie. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
It's on VOD now, so I'll get around to it.
Rich Jack, interested in new Doom game?
Yeah. I like me
There
some
you
Doom.
go.
There you go. Rich likes Doom. We're probably going to do something with it.
I like your old school shooters, and as long as it plays like a good old school shooter, I'll be just fine with it. Hide the health regeneration.
I miss health packs. I like health packs in games. I like health packs. Jay and Jack, do you know how to speed up uploading videos to YouTube?
Get faster internet.
That's the only way.
That's pretty much the only way.
Or make your video size smaller. What kind of compression are you using? H.264
Oh my god.
is the preferred
Nope. Not looking where
vessel. But no, there's no faster way. I do. I use the Adobe suite, and I like using Adobe Media Composer because it starts uploading to YouTube as it's rendering out, and so you can set it to upload to YouTube as you are exporting it, and then you're just doing it all in one thing instead of exporting it and then uploading it to YouTube via a browser. But it doesn't work all the time. But I don't think there's any way to speed it up.
I would want to have it all exported before uploading it, I think, because you might run into an issue like that one Best of the Worst we had, where we exported it and the video was all garbled, and we had to re-export it and re-upload it. If it was uploading as it was exporting, then... I mean, I guess you would have it on private, so you could still check it before it's, I guess. But.
Either way, if it's messed up, you have to re-export it.
Yeah. I was realizing that as I was saying it. I was like, I guess it's on private, so you can watch through the episode before you make it public.
Absolutely.
Unless you're too dumb to put it on private.
No, always have it set to private.
Always have it set
Well,
to private.
the person you're giving advice to might not realize this.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, you
I
can
don't
have
know.
that in your settings where anything you upload is automatically private until you make it otherwise.
Yeah. So also, if you use Adobe Media Encoder, I always have it set to private, which is the nice thing about the export function in Adobe. You can set it to private, you can give it a title, you can actually even incorporate a description and tags that it automatically has to YouTube. It's nice.
That sounds very convenient.
It's great. It's a great thing to use, and I like it. That's why I like the Adobes. The Adobes. Hello, I'm Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
Jay, are the cats in the Plinkett video yours?
They were my roommates.
Oh, okay.
One of them has sadly passed away.
Do you remember their names?
Acorn and Lona.
Acorn and Lona.
Are they both in them? Acorn is the one that Plinkett's fucking. Acorn's dead now.
Thanks,
Was Lona in the
Plinkett.
videos ever? Lona was a black cat. I don't even remember. I just know Acorn was the one that got fucked.
And your roommate was okay with this, or did they not know?
They weren't there at the time.
Great.
I'm sure they were fine with it.
Wait, where was that? Oh, and I'm designing a shirt for you. What size would you prefer? Thank you.
They're designing a shirt.
They're designing a shirt for you.
Fat ass?
I think that this is for Jay only.
Oh, just
Don't give Jay a fat ass shirt.
medium, I guess.
Okay. Thank you. Jack, Jay, and Rich. It was great to see a new commentary track on RLM. I shouldn't be included in that, but that's fine. That's just Jay and Rich. I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said hi. I guess.
For fuck's sake!
I'm glad you said hi.
They were being polite and inclusive, and you're just gonna be
They need to be
throw
specific.
it right in their face.
I need them to be specific.
Nobody is ever gonna mention you by name again now.
Thank you. I prefer it that way. The good news is that I enjoyed it immensely. The bad news is that you made me watch Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not that hard to watch.
I mean, it's got Dolph in it. How bad can it be?
I come in peace. I will break you.
I Come
can't
in
speak
Peace on
English.
Blu-ray. I need to rewatch that movie.
What's it?
I Come in Peace. Dolph Lundgren's a cop, and there's an alien from outer space. And he keeps saying, I come in peace, but then he kills you.
Nice.
And he's got this, disc thing that he that he throws around, and it flies around the room and beheads people.
Nice. That sounds awesome. Jay, speaking of David Lynch, that's how far away these tips are, by the way. Mulholland Drive is on Criterion Blu-ray.
It
Worth
is. It looks great.
buying?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, if you like the movie. If you're frustrated by how abstract it is, then no. But if you like the movie, absolutely, it's worth buying. The transfer is gorgeous. There's a great interview with David Lynch and Naomi Watts on it. It's a good release. That Criterion, they don't skimp.
They do not. They do not. Hey, Jay, what's your opinion on the criticisms? Sure. You know what? We can talk about this. What's your criticisms on the whitewashing regarding Scarlett Johansson's castings as Motoko Kustiani in the Ghost in the Shell films?
I don't know.
No opinion?
I heard a thing, and I think you said this wasn't true, right? That they were doing like tests to digitally make her look more Asian. Like, that's fucked up.
And according to the company, they were doing tests to digitally do that to background characters, not to Scarlett Johansson.
But why were they doing it to any characters?
I don't know.
The idea of doing it at all is sort of weird.
Right.
Watch Max Landis's videos about this. He has more insight into it than we possibly could.
He has a very unique take on it.
Yeah, well, he talks about it from more of the industry point of view and why stuff like that happens.
Right.
Where it's like, it's kind of shitty, but, there's so many factors that go into, like, movies and how they get made. And
what if she does
who
a
gets cast
really
in them.
good job in the role?
Oh,
Should it matter? It shouldn't matter, in my opinion.
Well, the fact that the character is supposed to be Japanese is like, it's not like just like...
Nobody complained when there was speculation that the new Peter Parker was going to be a black guy. Nobody complained.
I refuse to believe that nobody complained on the internet about that.
I'm sure several people complained.
People were upset about... Some people were upset about, like, Johnny Storm being black.
Right.
People are going to make a big deal about that because they're...
Minorities are generally underrepresented in movies, and here's a part that easily could go to a minority and was given to a white lady. I think the real problem is the way in which they drew the anime. The character's nationality is kind of ambiguous.
See, I don't know much about Ghost in the Shell, so that's a factor in why I'm sort of like, oh.
Like, it's an Asian name, and it's an Asian lady, but, the way they draw women generally in anime, they're kind of nationally neutral.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. But...
Yeah, I mean, Rich, she might be great in the role. That's not really the issue.
Right. The issue is you have some people who are underrepresented,
And here's a perfect opportunity to...
and you give it to a white lady. I mean, she's probably gonna be. She's great.
She's Scarlett Johansson. She's a good actress. I'm sure she'll be fine in the movie.
Of course. And of course, having a name in the movie gets your movie made in the first place.
Exactly, and that's a whole other...
The Max Landis video, which you should see. I think the only thing wrong with his perspective is he is coming at it from a solely big budget movie perspective, which...
Well, that's what it is.
But I think that's actually part of the problem, where the way in which people make movies now is changing. Yes. And we're moving to more of a smaller budget industry.
That doesn't invalidate what he said about why they made the decisions they made.
Oh, no, it doesn't invalidate it.
What do you mean a smaller budget industry?
I think more...
Yeah, wait a minute.
All the big movies are getting more and more expensive every time.
Batman vs. Superman made $700 million, and it's a disappointment.
Yeah, exactly.
I think more movies are coming out with a smaller budget, not necessarily in theaters.
Well, yeah. That is, I mean, those you're going to get all sorts of diversity. That's
of course.
That's a completely different thing.
But I think that is where the industry as a whole is shifting, because we are getting more products in these smaller films.
It's not really shifting, though. I mean, those movies exist, and I'm more interested in seeing that stuff most of the time.
Well, it exists, and it's getting a larger market share.
That might be.
And
That might be.
yeah.
But there's still going to be those big blockbuster movies.
Absolutely.
And that's, that's what a general mainstream audience goes to see. They don't seek out the smaller stuff. At least not yet. I mean, that might change over time.
But like we're getting there with the success of Netflix originals and
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a factor.
we're getting people producing movies who weren't around 10 years ago producing movies, And so I think there will come a day in which smaller movies are made where we don't need to worry about casting a certain name to fill a certain role. We will just put the best person in that role.
Sure.
And I also agree that now the only reason that movie got made is because Scarlett Johansson is in it.
It's a weird thing to get adapted to Ghost in the Shell, because a general mainstream audience, I'm sure, is completely unfamiliar with the source material. Usually it's stuff like that gets made, it's being made for name recognition.
Sure.
Ghost in the Shell is sort of a weird one.
You know what? I think you're underestimating how many people love anime now.
Maybe. I'm so out of the loop when
There's
it comes
a
to
whole-
anime, so...
There's a whole fucking generation of people who grew up with anime at this point.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think the reason we haven't seen an anime adaptation much in the way of this in Hollywood is because most of the Hollywood executives are older people who did not grow up with anime. And I just don't think they know how popular it could be.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and it is lesser known, which is why, according to Hollywood insiders, you need a
gotta
bigger
put a
named
star in it, yeah.
actress in it. And there aren't any big name Asian actresses that you can put in it that will sell tickets. According to people on the inside.
According to people that know more about the industry than us.
No, which is, nothing. We know nothing. We know nothing about nothing. This question may be too spoilery for a new show, but if
I'll read it first and determine that.
Oh, I did read it first. That is too spoilery, Anonymous, about Fargo Season 2. Jay, if you could non-spoilerize it, what did you think about the peculiar thing in the ending of Fargo Season 2?
I think that's impossible to discuss.
I know.
Spoilery.
I think that is very spoilery, though, so I
Yeah.
don't want to...
Yeah, let's not spoil it.
Okay, great. Sorry, not spoiling it. Hey, Rich.
What?
What's your favorite id software game?
Quake 2?
Quake 2?
Quake 2, Doom, they're both fine choices.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine. Well, Ryan Smith, I can say both. Ryan Smith would like to point out my hypocrisy. Jack, 5 minutes ago, let me tell you about how the industry is changing. Jack, just now, I know nothing about the industry. Both can be true. This is how I see the industry changing. I also know nothing about the actual workings of the movie industry. I gave you my opinion on how I see it changing. I'm fully admitting that I could be wrong. Probably am wrong. But I'm super right, and everybody knows it. See how I can say all these things that contradict
People
each other?
sure love to try and point out what they see as hypocrisy, don't they?
You know?
You once said this, but now you're saying this. I see that in comments and stuff once in a while.
Mm-hmm. It's fun. I think what the person...
You said this about this one specific movie, therefore it applies to every movie always, regardless of context. So,
or genre.
Or genre. So now you're being a hypocrite.
I get that a lot as well. But you thought this way about one game and thought differently about a game that was a completely different genre. That doesn't make sense. I guess you need a staple response, which is you are so clever for pointing that out. Thank you. Thank you for being so very clever. All the people who point those things out. Game of Thrones doesn't have enough muscular Australians in loincloths for my taste. Very true. Too many wimpy Englishmen. Are there any studio properties you'd like to fuck around with if you had the chance? Jay.
Any what properties?
Studio properties. You get a chance to direct a major motion picture.
Oh, Jesus.
But it has to be a remake or a sequel.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Small Wonder. I want a gritty, serious reboot of Small Wonder.
The one with the little girl
The
robot?
one with the little girl robot.
What about
Boom.
Conan, Jay? Would you like a chance to do Conan right?
Not really. I'm not big into the whole... I mean, I like the first Conan movie, but I'm not big into the whole... what do they call that genre?
Barbarian?
Swords and sorcery?
Swords and sorcery, sandals, that shit.
Sandals?
Yeah,
I guess they have
sandals.
I guess they have sandals. I never would have put that right up there with swords.
It's like something in sandals. I can't think of what they call it, but
okay, so you would
we're
do
gonna do a gritty big budget reboot of Small Wonder.
I love it.
It'll be about identity and what it means to be human.
Nice.
It'll be like Ex Machina, but with a little kid.
That'd be great.
Or Elf.
Definitely Elf.
Right? Oh, but instead of Alf, you make it a xenomorph. And it's actually integrated into the Prometheus alien universe.
Okay. But the family, so it's a xenomorph crash lands in this family's garage.
And the family adopts it.
Okay,
and
but
it
the family reacts to it the same way they would react to Alf, where they're like, "Oh, that's silly," but it's a giant xenomorph.
It's a giant xenomorph, and it eats the cats. It catches all the cats. It does leave the family alone because they keep buying new cats to feed it.
What about Elf? It's Elf, but it's done as a horror movie where he seems friendly, but like secretly he's implanting the family with his spawn who are going to jump out of their stomachs.
Sure, and like neighbors start mysteriously dying.
Yeah.
Ever since Alf moved in, all of our neighbors die one by one. That's so weird. Oh, yeah, that is weird. Help me, Rhonda. Let me sing a royalty-free 50s song now. All right.
I'm going to assume that Alf does not hold up. I haven't seen it since I was a little kid, but I'm going to guess that it does not hold up.
It's going out on a limb there, Jay. It's going out on a goddamn limb. Have any of you, but probably just Jay, seen the IFC Presents Greg the Bunny shorts with puppets remaking classic movies?
No. I remember there was a Greg the Bunny show. Was that different than what you're talking about? It was just a series called Greg the Bunny. I never saw it, but...
Also, does no one know what the yips are, like in sports ball?
What, the yips? No.
Oh, is that like choking?
I don't know.
Apparently
I
not.
think of the Muppet characters from Sesame Street. The yip, 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 yip. That's what I think
Is
of.
this some kind of weird soccer thing?
No,
Do they yip in soccer?
No, it's a sports ball thing. I think that can happen to anyone. Anyone who gets the yips. I've heard of this before.
I've never heard this.
I've heard of the yips before. Golf. The yips is from baseball.
Well, that's why I don't know
I've
it.
never heard that.
Hold on. Ah, yes. Okay, it is. It's like choking. It's when you get a mental block on something simple and just can't do it.
I've heard of a duck snort, but I haven't heard of yip.
Duck snort?
It's like a short fly ball or something. It's not a very well hit ball.
No, I think like the yips is like if you have a pitcher who's like known for his fastball and for some reason just can't get his fastball working. He's got the yips.
Got the yips.
The yips. I have heard of this thing. What happened to the Nookie tapes?
They're still there. We just need a couple more. That's the problem.
Everyone thinks that this is a bit, and everyone thinks that we're joking when we say we need just a couple more before we're done. But we really just need a couple more, and we'll be ready to go with all the Nookie tapes.
We haven't gotten sent any in a while.
It has been a while, so get on it.
We can't continue on with the project until we get a couple more.
We just need a couple more.
I think you're underestimating how many you'll need. That thing's huge.
You think?
That thing's huge, Jay.
Yeah, but
I really
it's
think
almost there.
Yeah, it's almost there. We just need a couple more. I think you're overthinking this, Rich.
I tested out the right arm yesterday, and I think you're going to need at least 50 more tapes.
Oh my God,
just in that one area.
Really?
And you know what, Rich? We've talked about this before. It's really good to have a couple backup just in case of catastrophic failure, but we don't need that many more.
Yeah, we don't want to over-engineer it.
Right. You're overthinking this.
And like 7 of the tapes were bad. I couldn't record over them with satanic imagery.
Oh,
Well then we'll need at least 7 more then.
okay. In addition to the couple more.
In addition to the couple more.
So 9, 10, maybe?
Maybe 11. Greetings from Brazil. Big fan of RLM and Prereq. Will you ever play the classic Infocom text adventure games? Or is it too risky, boring to stream it?
It's possible.
If it is a just text adventure, like not graphics based, only text, that might be a little boring. You need some sort of visual, don't you think?
Maybe.
Maybe. Let's see here. Would you guys ever do some kind of competition where you pay for a chance to play with you two in a multiplayer event?
Wait, what was that?
No, probably not. People pay money to play a game with us in a multiplayer event.
It's weird.
Probably not. Like, we've done that a couple times where it's like, come and join us in a game of Rocket League, and like this time only subscribers come in. But yeah, we usually leave it open to everyone as well. But no, we would never do something where it's just like, pay money to play a game with us.
It's kind of sleazy.
Yeah, that'd be weird. You know what? That'd be weird.
You want to play a game with me? It's $20. $20, kid.
What do you want to play? Risk? That's 15. Checkers? 35.
You want another game? That's another 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not monsters.
We're not. I mean, we are monsters, but not that kind of monsters. Jay, have you seen The Invitation?
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay. Oh, it's a Canon film.
What? No.
Huh?
Unless The Invitation is a new movie.
Oh, sorry. I was putting their sentences together. Also, what is the best made movie from Canon Films?
Best made movie?
I thought they were saying that The Invitation was the best made movie from Canon.
No. The Invitation's a new movie. It's all right.
Is it Masters of the Universe?
Ugh.
Is it?
Maybe.
Ooh, thinking about it.
I mean, some of the effects in it are kind of lousy.
Yeah.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is a well-made movie. And there's no, like, shitty effects in it. So that might edge it out just by that fact. But it's also not as, big or ambitious.
So
Just well made, just well constructed.
What you're saying
I
is
think
it's a
Texas Chainsaw
tie.
Massacre 2 then.
It's a tie between Masters of the Universe and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
This is what we got to work with.
This is the joy of Canon Films, by the way. They're saying Runaway Train?
Oh yeah, they mentioned that one in the Canon Films documentary. That's one I haven't seen it, but that's one that's supposed to be like a legitimately good movie.
Oh, okay.
I've actually been meaning to watch it because of that documentary, but
So
probably that one, but I haven't seen it.
Okay. Tom Selleck or Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds.
I don't know. Tom Selleck is pretty awesome.
For what?
No, just in
Just
general.
in general? I think Burt Reynolds has had a better career than Tom Selleck.
Burt Reynolds now, Tom Selleck then.
No, not Burt Reynolds now. He's sort of a sad old man now.
I would rather have sad old man than crazy old man Tom Selleck.
Is he crazy?
He's a little
I
crazy.
don't know much
crazy?
about him.
He's a little crazy.
How's he crazy?
He's a gun nut.
Well, that's his politics. He's allowed to be a gun nut.
No, he's like a crazy gun nut. Listen, I'm a gun nut. Like, I just like guns, and I'm cool and cool with them. But he's a crazy one.
Burt Reynolds was in Boogie Nights, so that automatically
Okay, all
bumps
right.
him up.
You know what? You're right.
Oh, I'm out of... Okay.
You're out of
He
it.
was
I'm out of
also
health.
in Cop and a Half.
Yeah, done.
So
And the monkey one. That's Burt
What's the
Reynolds,
monkey
right?
one?
No, that's Clint Eastwood.
every which way, but
Every
loose,
which way
and
but
every which
loose.
way you can.
Yeah.
2 monkey ones.
What?
He did 2 movies with that monkey, Clyde the monkey.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I've never seen either of them. I know this because my dad liked them.
Ah, okay. Any chance of doing a Jaws commentary? The backstory of the film alone is truly epic.
I actually don't know the backstory of the making of Jaws.
There's a great documentary about it, like a feature documentary about it. Jaws could potentially be a good commentary. I don't know. It's a great movie.
What about Jaws 4?
movie.
Jaws 4.
It's got Michael Caine.
Where they stab the shark and it explodes at the end
Yes.
for no reason.
Yes.
Oh, and apparently, Haps, yes, there's a documentary about the making of Jaws. But I don't know if a movie based on the making of Jaws would make a great film.
I'm Team Jaws 4.
I don't know if I've ever seen the whole thing. I remember liking Jaws. I haven't seen Jaws 3 since I was really little, but I remember liking that one because of the setting. Because it was in like a SeaWorld type place. It might have even been SeaWorld. But they're in one of those like tubes that goes underwater where you can see the fish swimming around you, and then the shark's like slamming into it. I remember that idea scaring me as a kid because we used to go to SeaWorld when I was a kid. And so I could relate. And that idea of the shark just like slamming into that thing when you're in there, like that scared me.
Mm-hmm.
I know the movie's terrible, but that part got to me.
It's good. It's good. Hey, fuckos. I guess that's us. What do you guys do in work every day? I assumed a lot of days are editing and filming, but that is over. What?
Did you see the Plinko thing? That didn't build itself. What?
Every day is different. Every week is different.
Mm-hmm.
Depends entirely on what we're working on.
What needs to be done? No, I mean that's the question we ask. Well, what needs to be done?
What should we work on? What do we need to get done? What do we need to work on? So it's always different.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
Oh yeah.
Like right now, we need a shitload of Nookie Tapes.
Just putting that out there.
Well, I thought we only needed a couple more, but
apparently there's a whole broken part of it, so we need a few more than we thought. Beat-a-boom. Hey Jay. Have you had any luck appealing Sony's DMCA against the Revenge of the Sith review?
No. And without getting into too many details about it, everyone likes to go, fair use, fair use, fair use. It's a lot more complicated than that. As far as, like... Because everyone just goes, the whole thing is fair use, but there's music issues and things like that, mm-hmm. So... we're going to hopefully get it re-uploaded somewhere else. We've been kind of busy, and I haven't really focused on it, but... We will get it back on the internets at some point.
The answer is you'll never see it ever again!
Never again.
Ever, never. I just like that because it's very accurate and also very vague. Just to be like, it's complicated. It's
that's it. Yeah, people like to. A lot of people, especially now that's becoming like a thing, where everyone's talking about fair use and stuff.
People use that word as if it applies to this, and it's just
some people treat it as like this magic word, where it's like. You should be able to put anything you want on YouTube because of fair use. Or it's like, no, it's a lot more complicated than that.
It's a ton more complicated than that. And also, as we've discussed previously, it's YouTube. They don't give a fuck.
And yeah, there's that too.
Oh, look at that. A video of a kitten falling over with no copyright issues at all. Just had 1 billion views and made YouTube a shit ton of ad revenue. They don't care about the Mr. Plinkett reviews. Rich.
What? What? Goddammit, what?
Oh, sorry. I didn't get it. I want that juicy Shaq meat says, you know you want some, eat it. Eat it with your mouth.
Okay.
Great. Hey, Jack. Hi. A couple of streams ago, when talking about sci-fi settings, you mentioned Steven Universe. Do you watch the show? If so, what do you think? If not, you totally should. Yeah, I do. That's a new one I've been picking up with my boys, and it's really fun. and is shockingly cute, and also has good action in it, which is really hard to come by. Like, you know, it's very Adventure Time, where it's cute, it's good action, and funny. I really like. I've only seen like half of season 1, but so far I'm really enjoying it. That Steven universe.
Is that a Cartoon Network show?
It is a Cartoon Network show. It's about a little boy being raised by magic gems, the crystal gems.
Okay.
And they're a superhero team that like fight big alien monsters, and he's just like a normal kid. And he's like, "Can I come too?" And it's cute. It's really cute. And his dad is also around, and he has a big mullet and is a human. And it's kind of weird, and it's great.
All right.
It's a little weird. And it's a little like, is this a big allegory for divorce, or it's it's neat.
Okay.
I think it's deep, but it's cute enough where you don't have to go too deep into it.
So it works on a surface level and possibly on a deeper level.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's a really nice show. Rich, what is your favorite shade of purple?
I don't know. Purple? Shade of purple?
Great.
Keep it simple.
Purple shade of purple. Hey guys, with the success of Deadpool as an R-rated comic book movie, do you think there's any hope for a Dredd sequel?
No.
Maybe a Netflix series?
Wasn't there... there's something about that recently in the news, right? About a Dredd Netflix series? Is that just people want one?
No,
or-
here...
Would it be a sequel, though, to Dread? Or would it be something new? At
Here's-
this point?
Well, Carl Urban wants to come back as Dredd.
Oh,
I know
oh,
that.
oh.
I mean, he's
But-
wanted to for a while.
But by the way, breaking news, an actor wants a steady job.
But I think he really liked that character. Like, he knows the movie flopped.
Yeah.
He just liked that character.
It was like... That whole thing was just him, though, going like, yeah, I'd love to do a Dredd Netflix series.
Oh, that was it? He was
Like-
just saying, yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, it wasn't Netflix or the producers or anyone willing to give it money. It was just like, yeah, I liked acting in that. I'd like to act in that more.
Yeah, I would think more likely is just another reboot. Because if you make a sequel to that movie flopped, so they don't want to associate with that. So it'll just be a new thing. Maybe they'll bring Carl Urban back, but it won't be like a sequel to that movie. It'll just be a new Dredd thing.
Gonna be
if
worse.
anything.
I mean, I could see kind of like yeah, I mean, it's Dredd. It's a comic book movie. And so it's like, it doesn't need to be a sequel, where it could just be like another mission, Dredd.
That's what, if anything, that's what it would be.
Yeah, it wouldn't
With
be
or
called,
without
like-
Carl Urban.
It wouldn't be called Dredd 2. you know,
Right.
It'd be called like Dredd.
It'd be like when they
Tunnel
did
of
that
Doom.
Punisher movie with Thomas Jane, and then they did Punisher Warzone.
Right.
And it's like, I guess Thomas Jane wasn't in that one, but it was still like, I guess, sort of a follow-up, but not really.
Right. I hear really good things about that Warzone.
I do too. I've heard it's incredibly violent, but I haven't seen it.
I don't know. The Daredevil Punisher's pretty good.
Dude, I mean,
Pretty good.
that oh god, John Barrowman,
I don't know, the Walking Dead guy. I don't know
Guy.
his name.
Walking Dead guy.
Man. His name is Man.
The fucking Punisher is his name, because he's great as the Punisher. Where are we? John Barenthal. Thank you.
There you go.
John Barenthal as the Punisher is brilliant.
Roland.
He's brilliant. Have you guys ever tried video games? What?
We've never tried video games.
This is the real question. Have you guys ever tried video games or movies? Don't bother. They all suck. Hi, Jack, Rich, and Jay. Thanks for hanging out. Always a fun time. What?
It was being silly.
Like, sometimes,
Being
guys, I'm
silly.
just not ready. I'm just not ready for your silly.
He's making a goof.
I'm not ready for the goof yet. What are your thoughts on Kevin Smith as a director at this point? Do you think Toby Hooper is more akin to M. Night Shyamalan in that he only directed a couple good movies? Wait, who's Toby Hooper?
Directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, okay. That's the
We'll
stand-up.
get back to that after we stand up.
Everybody stand up. cliffhanger. We're going to talk about Kevin Smith and Toby Hooper after this short stand-up break.
Yeah, why not?
Stand up, Rich. It's good for you. We left the stream for a little bit, and now we're coming back. We're coming back now.
Never.
Everybody get ready. Get ready, it's coming back.
What?
I gave up on Kevin Smith. Not because of his movies, but just because of all the other shit he was doing. I just got tired of him.
Yeah, he has all those podcasts
And I
he's just constantly, I smoke weed all the time now. Let me talk about how I smoke weed all the time. I'm
Right?
40 and I'm going through a midlife crisis. I smoke weed all the time.
just a little bit of a midlife crisis.
Let me tell you about how much I love smoking weed all the time.
But like I remember after, he had his evening withs, and it's like, oh,
Those are great.
He tells great stories, and then he started up his podcast, and he's like, listening to all of his stories are great. And then he ran out of stories. Yeah.
He ran out of stories.
And so that's why I stopped watching his movies.
It's weird. I have such mixed feelings on him because like he quit filmmaking. He said he was retiring.
Yeah.
And now he makes these bizarre little movies where like he just doesn't give a fuck anymore, which is interesting. And I think I talked about it before, but I actually kind of like Tusk.
Yeah, you did talk about that.
But there's a movie that just came out called Holidays. It's a horror anthology.
Okay.
Where it's a bunch of different filmmakers and they were all assigned a different holiday. And so they made a short film centered around that. So there's like
neat.
a Valentine's Day and there's a Father's Day one. The Father's Day one's the best segment. But he did one. Kevin Smith did one.
Okay.
Because I guess he's considered a horror filmmaker now. Because Tusk and whatever his next movie is, I think, is another horror-related thing.
Okay.
So he did one, and it's one of the worst, most embarrassing things I've ever seen. It's awful.
Oh.
And it makes the movie's pretty good. Most of the shorts are good, but it gets to his, and the whole thing just comes to like a screeching halt. So he's hit and miss.
Yeah. It's like, I guess, listen, he will always have a place in filmmaking history.
Oh yeah, well, especially like for people of our generation, like our age.
God,
Clerks was such a huge deal.
I submit it is still a huge deal, like showing what can be accomplished on such a low budget and with such a weird filmmaking style.
By weird filmmaking style, you mean kind of inept?
Touche.
He's inexperienced. The fact that a movie that rough around the edges could go on to be such a big hit at festivals and be a big deal
and be a commercial success.
Clerks was the movie that proved that anyone can make a movie.
Yes, and it's a big deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I will always have a soft spot for the early Kevin Smith stuff because of things like that.
Oh yeah.
Later stuff, hit and miss, but I haven't written him off completely. I've written him off completely as like a personality. Like I find him very obnoxious as a person.
Yeah. Maybe he'll settle down one day.
Maybe, but he's still like the fact that he's now just making whatever the hell he wants, something like Tusk, where he's like, I don't care if people hate it. I'm just going to make this weird, stupid thing.
Uh-huh.
I kind of appreciate that. And Tobe Hooper's made like 3 good movies, and that's it. Which is more than M. Night Shyamalan, so he's better.
M. Night's got that one. Oh, no, he's got 2. He's got 2 good movies.
Yeah. Well, let me see. What's the good Tobe Hooper movies? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, obviously. Mm-hmm. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, too. He did a movie called The Funhouse that's really great. It's really, really well shot and really atmospheric and creepy.
Okay.
He did Poltergeist, although some argue that Spielberg ghost-directed that.
Right.
I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I'll count that. So 4. There's 4 good ones. Oh, he did Life Force. One of the craziest movies ever. You know what?
Yeah.
Going back to Canon Films, that's the best made Canon film. Life Force is like an epic. And every 15 minutes, it turns into a different movie. It's amazing. It's so fucking weird.
I remember thinking that was interesting and trippy when I was a kid.
It is. I'm not going to call it a great movie, but it's interesting and it's bizarre, and it turns into like an end of the world epic towards the end.
I saw that at B-Fest with you guys,
Yeah.
and it was on at like 4 a.m, and I kept falling asleep during it and thinking I had woken up during a different movie.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It starts out as like a space exploration thing,
No.
and then it becomes a what's the next step in the evolution of that movie?
I was asleep during.
It becomes
most of it.
the new vampire woman starts.
Oh, that's right.
Starts seducing people, and then it becomes an end of the world epic. So
I just remember watching that like 10 years ago and going, "Oh my God, that's Patrick Stewart!"
Yeah, Patrick Stewart's in it.
Well, because why not? Because why not?
Yeah, that's a crazy fucking movie. So that's 5 good Tobe Hooper movies,
Boom.
and then he went to shit.
Oh. Well, he got a good 5 out of him. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Eaten Alive is sort of weird and interesting. It's not very good, but it's stylized in a way that is kind of interesting to look at. But
But can you diminish the effects of it?
you can diminish the effects.
Settle down.
Eaten Alive is the movie that had the famous line that Tarantino put in Kill Bill. He's like, "My name's Buck, and I'm here to fuck." Robert Englund says that in Eaten Alive.
Nice. Signs. Len Flekosinski wants to know why Signs is so polarizing, and it's a very. I think the answer is very simple. Is M. Night Shyamalan made 2 good, interesting movies.
Yes.
He made The Sixth Sense, and then he made Unbreakable, and then he made Signs.
I'd say Unbreakable's kind of a polarizing movie too. I like it a lot.
Everyone should like it. I guess I could see it being polarizing, but people liked his movies, and then Signs came out, and everyone was expecting great things, and it wasn't.
There's a lot in Signs that I like, though. That's the frustrating thing. Is like some of it, like towards the end, it gets so trite and stupid.
Yep.
The whole swing away nonsense.
Right. It's all connected. Everything's.
It's about a man rediscovering his faith.
Connected.
Like, yeah.
Alien.
But some of the early stuff is good.
Sure. But I think people still wanted to hold on to that. M. Night Shyamalan is our next great. He's the Spielberg. He's our next big imaginatorium. It's like, oh, okay, he can make a bad movie, and then he got caught up in the twist thing, and it was a whole thing.
And then The Village. I think that was the next one, right?
Oh, The Village.
Yeah.
Jesus H. Criminy.
There are some people that like that movie, and
There were some nice visuals here and there.
Yeah.
I liked the monster things before you figured out what they were.
or the stupid reveal.
And then, the nice color and no blind light. Some of it was fine. But then you get to the reveal. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I haven't seen Signs, but isn't the reveal that they're actually in modern day?
That's The Village you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. I mean the Village.
It's not a twist in the Signs that it's modern day. You know that from the beginning.
I've seen Signs. And the twist is that
that's the twist.
the aliens are allergic to water and they invade a planet that is
Yeah.
75% water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they're smart. But in The Village, spoiler alert,
Well, it's already been spoiled by Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! It's been a decade. If you haven't been bothered to see The Village by now, well, fuck you.
Right.
You deserve to be spoiled.
Yeah, it's the twist is that it's actually
Well past the spoiler expiration date.
Yeah, I saw The Village in the theater, and that's early on in the movie, because at that point, everyone was expecting the twist from his movies.
Yep.
Well, that was his problem,
So
ultimately, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like early in that movie, I was like, what's the most obvious twists? And that's what I thought of, and then it happened, and I was like, no, really?
No.
Like the most obvious stupid twist, the one I guessed almost as a joke, and that was the twist.
Oh no, and like I think everyone going into the theater had both twists pegged because it was a 2-twist movie, right?
I guess.
The monsters
aren't. Yeah.
Were really the elders,
Yeah.
and that they're in modern time, and it's like everyone knew both of them right from the get go.
What drove me nuts after the twist, and this is sort of nitpicky, I think, but it bothered me, is, okay, it's revealed that it's modern time, but it's this little village. They want to treat it like olden times, and
Right.
they're raising their kids like that. Why do they put on fake English accents? Like, if they're raising these kids in this environment that they're, this is just their reality, like, what's
They can talk however they want to talk.
Yeah.
Because they're LARPers. They gotta stay in character.
They committed to the bit.
But why do they need to have English accents? It doesn't matter. They don't. The kids don't know anything else.
That was their fantasy. We want to be in ye old England.
I guess. Then you got to remember to do that all the time.
Right.
You get used to it after a while. I've tried. I was in The Village.
What? You crazy.